It's Friday, finally.
Yeah.
Tom is already worn out.
Yeah, I'm already tired.
He's been at the biker bar.
Yeah, I was drinking.
Getting all tired by it.
I only had 3, but
Drinking.
I only had 3, but Amy pours me fucking doubles.
Oh, she's back?
Yeah, Amy's back. Amy always works on Fridays. She's pouring me doubles and shit. And,
yeah, that's what happens when the bartenders like you. The same thing happens to us at Barbarella, because one bartender that works there really, really likes us, and if she makes our drinks,
like quadruples.
It's just like booze.
It's all booze. Just a little bit of little bit of fucking orange juice on top of it. It's rough to drink those.
It is, yeah. But you do drink them kind of slower.
Yeah. So, already heard this morning, Little Swole, my friend Little Swole, he fucking dropped me a message. Dude, Chuck Norris died. And he was staggered, you know. He's
a big Chuck
Norris. He's a young guy. I think he's a millennial, isn't he?
I mean, yeah.
He's a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
he's
loves...
in his 30s.
He loves fucking 80s movies. And fucking martial arts movies and shit. He loves the fact that they're cheesy. Even though fucking Little Swole can fight. His brothers were professional boxers. They used him as a fucking punching bag. It's like a sparring partner. So he can fucking box really well. But one of his fucking idols was Chuck Norris. He goes, dude, Chuck Norris died. I was like, yeah, well, he's old. He goes, yeah, he made it into his 90s.
No, he was 86. I think he was 86.
80s, late 80s. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Which is pretty old for a dude.
And I was like, yeah, it's time for him to check out. He was kind of a stick in the mud anyway, man. He goes, oh, no, I could have hung out with Chuck Norris all day. And I was like, no, you couldn't. No, you couldn't. That dude drive you fucking nuts, man. All that Jesus-y bullshit.
I do feel like he was
very uptight, kind of uptight about himself.
Well, wasn't there a big thing about him being in the Expendables and like he didn't want anybody to swear and
no swearing in the movie and just
and all
stupid,
kind of
crazy shit. He was real uptight, and didn't want anybody questioning his fucking martial arts or anything, which he could fight in martial arts. He wasn't like
he could do it. Seagal.
Right.
He just made stuff up.
Seagal was just a total fraud. Seagal was a martial artist, just that his martial art was kind of fraudulent.
It wasn't really.
Aikido is not really a real martial art. It's like a bullshit martial art.
I mean, you can't really kick anyone's ass with it. I mean, Chuck Norris probably could kick your ass, I'm just saying.
Steven Seagal kicked your ass because he was like 6'4". He'd just bully you.
Yeah, or like now he'd just sit on you.
Yeah, sit on your ass. He'd hire... No. But what happened
He'd hire somebody.
He would hire a double to sit on you. He'd hire one of his fat doubles to fucking sit on you.
But that's the point of him having doubles, is like they can't be fat.
All the shit...
doesn't want anybody to know.
All the shit over the years I have spoken about fucking Steven Seagal, one of these days, man, I expect that bitch
gonna ring the doorbell
to show up on my fucking door. I heard you been talking about me.
With his painted on
headline. Yeah, painted on fucking V-shaped fucking brown. He's got his Chinese fucking shirt on with a fucking ice cream cone, chewing it. I heard you been talking about me. All this shit you've been talking. I'm coming here to settle the score. I was like, oh yeah, we're going to fight? You go, yeah, we're going to fight. You stand over here. I'm going to do the Wang Chung on you. I was like, yeah.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Okay, yeah. We're going to Wang Chung tonight. We're going to Wang Chung tonight? Yeah. Fucking right.
He learned it in the Mysterious Orient.
I have it, yeah. With his fucking Aikido fucking doing his fucking breast massage.
I know. Looking for cancer.
Looking for cancer. Shatsu. Like Miyagi and shit like that. Fucking yeah.
Right?
Fucking right. Yeah.
Even Tom is not brazen enough to try that bullshit.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean,
he might do it on a man.
A long time ago, yeah. Oh yeah, but they'd be willing, you know.
But they'd be like,
I do
right.
that shit to fucking
Dr. Michael.
Dr. Michael. I'd be like,
he'd be
like
into
that. He'd go, ooh. That's right.
I'm checking.
Give me a kiss, bitch. Get out there on the dance floor. Yeah, fucking. But I haven't talked about Bushido in a long time.
That was one of the most fun shows we did.
Everybody likes it when I start talking about bullshito.
Bullshito.
Yeah.
We didn't invent that.
The bullshit of martial arts.
That's like a pretty well-known term.
It's fucking hilarious. But fucking Little Swell was like, oh no, I can hang out with Chuck Norris. Like, no, you couldn't. That dude would fucking tell you he didn't have time to talk to you, and then fucking would order some shit off a special menu. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, he would take you somewhere like a fucking golf course, you know, like out here where we live, and he'd go into and he would order some special shit off the menu that you were like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, well, this balances my chi or some stupid shit like that, and he'd make you eat it because if you were eating something different in front of him, the fucking chi energy would fuck shit up, and he would gain weight or something stupid. His karma would be affected. It would be some stupid shit like that. He died, and I guarantee his wife was like, made it.
Maybe so. Well, I've said this. I've said this before. It's like weirdly.
Then the pool boy jumps in the room.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough,
pool boy's name is Sancho.
Sancho,
yeah. Good looking Mexican dude named Sancho, taking care of the pool and all the fucking mowing the lawn. Sancho's taking over now.
I actually don't know what Chuck Norris has been up to the last few years, but I knew more about him than probably the average person because my first husband, who was British, and was also a martial artist, was really weirdly into Chuck Norris. He's like, even though he didn't seem to, he's like, I think he's kind of a dork as a person, but he liked his movies. Yeah. So I ended up over the years like seeing pretty much all of the dude's movies, like up until they got like kind of dumb, like toward the end. But some people have pointed out like Silent Rage and The Octagon; those were actually his best movies, easily. Silent Rage was actually pretty good because it was like a horror movie that had Chuck Norris in it. That happened to have Chuck Norris in it. It was like
I must confess, I saw The Octagon. I saw a couple of other movies, and no Chuck Norris movie ever stood out to me.
Yeah, it's like out of the Chuck Norris movies, it's not my genre, or it's not really anything I would watch. But of all the ones that I ended up having to watch, because he wanted to watch them, those two were like the only two that were like, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I saw Missing in Action and all that. And
I saw
none of that shit stood out, and none of it was memorable.
And there was a lot of movies like that.
And I was watching it, even back in the day, it was ho hum. And I must admit, Steven Seagal movies were better when Steven Seagal was good. They were more entertaining. Under Siege 1.
But Steven Seagal probably only made like 1 or 2 good movies.
He made about 4.
That's generous.
About 4 good movies.
I would say he made a part of 1 good movie.
No, Under Siege was good. I liked Under Siege.
Some of it was good. That's the only one that's partially good.
I liked Under Siege 2. It was okay. I got both of those on Blu-ray.
That's right, you do, don't you?
Yeah. Fucking, one of them I think was called, I think it was called Marked for Death, I think. Was one of them. I think it was a cop movie, one of his early ones. And then there was another one where he's running around. Oh, man. Where he wakes up out of the coma. Which one was that? And gets revenge out of the coma. I had fun with that one. I think it was his first movie. Remember that?
Kind of.
I think Kelly LeBrock was in it.
Yeah, weren't they married for a while?
His first wife. He conned her into that. Talked her out of the pussy. You didn't know that?
Yeah,
you didn't know that a man could talk her out of the pussy? That's what happened. He talked her out of the pussy. But,
well, he couldn't talk anybody out of it, obviously.
Yeah, it didn't work for long. I can't remember what the name of that one was. He was in a coma, comes out of the coma, and fucking kicks all kinds of ass. It was kind of gimmicky. But I liked it during the day. It was fun. It's kind of like Commando. Not quite as cool.
But I mean, that does sound like a funny premise. Yeah. Like it's a good elevator pitch, as they call it.
Yeah.
Where you could like say it in one sentence. And
I think the other one, I can't remember. The other one where he was running around in his goddamn fucking airborne beret. Fucking from the 82nd Airborne. Fucking, with so many dudes got that beret. Fucking, you know. You didn't wear that shit as a civilian. You're just douchey. Yeah, douchey cop movie. He's fighting the mob. Yeah.
Yeah, Gramters is because I was like I saw on Facebook or Instagram or whatever how he died, so everyone's posting the Chuck Norris jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chuck Norris.
And then Gramters is like Chuck Norris's tears cured cancer, but he never cried. Yeah, I've heard that one.
We see the Chuck Norris jokes were actually better than Chuck Norris's career in many ways.
Those were legit funny.
Yeah, the U.S. Army.
Some people gave him some really good ones.
It was the U.S. Army was making up Chuck Norris jokes, and evidently he didn't want them told in his presence. He'd banned them.
I think he got over it after a while, but
he didn't write that shit. He thought the shit was stupid.
He was he didn't have much of a sense of humor about it.
During the Gulf War, the Second Gulf War, he was going on tour, and everybody wanted to hear him telling Chuck Norris jokes.
I mean,
that's what he was known for. And he finally broke down. He accepted that there were Chuck Norris jokes.
And it's not, the stupid thing about it is that the jokes were not making fun of him. No, the jokes were how badass he is. Yeah. You'd think you'd be awesome, that you would embrace that. I could see it if everybody's making jokes about how lame you were.
Yeah.
But it was the opposite.
When Chuck Norris did push-ups, he didn't push up. He just pushed the earth down. Right. He pushed the earth down.
There were whole books on
all kinds of. The Norris jokes were better than the movies. I think it was kind of like hate.
Maybe he was just mad about it
because the jokes were better than the movies.
Because they were funnier than the American Military 100 said, I think Missing in Action is his best remembered flick. It probably is. I think that's probably his best.
Yeah, and it was Missing in Action was Rambo 3 ripoff, a Rambo 2 or Rambo 3 ripoff.
Yeah, but like I said, there was a lot of movies like that around that time.
Well, yeah. Stallone said that one though.
It was because it was bringing in.
Yeah, when Stallone did fucking Rambo 2, then everybody else wanted to do a movie kind of like that. Might have been 3. I think it was 2 that they were copying.
It's all a blur. Gramter says
he was going back to rescue some Vietnam veterans.
Yeah. Tiggly Toot is here saying,
"What's up, Tooties?"
Gramter says, how far are y'all from Sumter County? I was surprised how run down it was outside the villages. How far is the villages from here? Probably an hour and a half?
No, it's not that much. About 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
I thought it was a little bit farther.
No, 35 minutes.
I actually can't remember. We are in Lake County. Yeah. So, I can't even remember. I've only lived in Florida my whole fucking life, and I still can't remember, which counties are where. I know where Orange County is because that's where Orlando is, and I know where Volusia County is because that's where I grew up.
I don't know where.
Other than that, I know where Dade County is because that's where Miami is.
I don't know.
Other than that, I'm a little foggy.
I don't know where exactly you went.
Oh, in Hillsborough because that's Tampa.
The places I went through when I had to go through the villages, they looked pretty nice.
But you're saying outside of that?
Outside,
was kind of run down, yeah.
Well, yeah, the villages, everything in Florida is an artificial construct. It's not new. I mean, excuse me, it's not old. It's new. The old shit's fucking crappy.
All the good and there's some little towns in Florida that are just real scary.
Nobody lived here up until recently. Basically. Fucking nobody was here until air conditioning happened. And over the past 15 years, a shit ton of people have moved here. And they're building houses everywhere. It's expanding. So the places we're talking about are basically new. Past 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go into certain neighborhoods in Orlando and the houses were built in the 70s and the 80s. They look pretty crappy.
Yeah.
But they were expensive back in the 70s or 80s. They look like something out of fucking Poltergeist. They were houses like that. But they didn't age very well. And that's the ghetto now. It wasn't back in the day, but that's the ghetto now. You can get one of those houses for maybe 100, maybe 200,000, 150,000. But I don't know why you want to live there.
Well, that might be all people can afford.
Yeah.
Actually, people probably can't even afford that.
Yeah. All the good shit's outside the city, kind of. Or apartments. Brand new apartments.
Yeah, I was near the town of Wildwood. Yeah, I've heard of that. Just outside the villages. It was a typical poor southern town with abandoned buildings and old little homes. Yeah, there's a lot of little towns around here. That. Tiggly2 said, how long have you lived at your current house?
Shit. 3 years, maybe?
3 years at least.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Yeah.
Prior to that, we had a house in Sanford, and we lived there about 10 years.
Yeah. It went by fast.
Yeah. But, like,
I should have bought that house.
Yeah, but then, I mean, I don't know.
I'd have a lot of it paid off by now. It wasn't as good as this house, but...
Yeah, it was smaller, but, you know, it was just us, so it was kind of big enough. But, I mean, this house is, like... We ended up in this one because the people because we rented in Sanford, and the people that owned that house wanted to move into that house.
They offered us this one.
Because the one they were living in was 2-story, and they were getting old, and they didn't want to climb upstairs anymore.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we want to buy your house, so you have to leave.
Yeah.
But they're like, we'll give you a deal on this other house that we own, but it's in Eustis. And we were like, well, okay. So we came and looked at it. Yeah. They're like, and it's way bigger, and it's 2-story.
And I moved in here, and like a couple months later, I bought it from them. They were very surprised. They were happy. Wow, you bought it? Yeah, because
they gave it to us for the same rent initially.
Yeah, same rent.
Even though it's like it was like 50% bigger.
Yeah, but you're paying them rent. You're not fucking getting anything out of it. You're not getting any equity.
No.
So it's better just to own it.
Yeah, I mean, if you.
And then the house fucking increased in value by about $150,000 since I bought it.
Yeah.
Just because of the property values. I put more money into it too. New roof, new air conditioning system.
Well, now you have to put a new roof on every 10 years, or they take away your
that probably
insurance.
That probably won't be around 10 years from now, though.
Yeah, we had to get the two new AC units and shit like that.
Yeah, I could sell it right now, and I'd be up about $150,000.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
Tiggly2 says, "Do you want to ever build one?" Nah. I think it would probably be too much trouble. Like, I can see
we're too old. I
can see the appeal of it, but it's like I probably would have liked that if I'd had the money when I was younger, which I didn't. But I don't know. I feel holy shit. We were watching the new episode last night of Hometown, that show that takes place in Laurel, Mississippi, and this couple. Holy crap, how much fucking money did they have? Because
they were rich for Laurel.
They had bought this house like a year prior. Okay. And the woman had renovated it, and she made it exactly the way she wanted. It took her like 10 months, she said. And they had spent all this money, and she had it exactly the way she wanted it, and blah, blah, blah. And so initially, they hired Ben and Erin to come and just do their backyard and put in a pool and some other shit. Because their backyard was kind of whatever. So they start kind of looking at it and working on it. And then the woman calls up and says, I know you're going to hate me, but we saw this other house. So we're going to sell this house that we just finished renovating and that we supposedly love and everything like that to buy this whole ass new house that we have to renovate again. So I was like, you guys are crazy. But the house already that they bought already had a pool and already had this big huge garage because the dude had a car collection and had a big barn because they wanted to get a horse for their little boy. Like he had some kind of disability and they wanted him to have a horse. It was like
15 acres, I think, right?
And it was 15 acres.
15 acres.
It was like an estate for real.
Yeah, it was an estate. It was a southern.
It was $400,000 to buy it, and then they spent
$200,000. It was cheaper than this house.
And they spent $200,000. Renovating it, but $400,000. That was cheaper. We bought this for what, $450, $475, something.
$425. $425.
That's right.
Yeah, $425, and then it went up about another $150,000. Yeah, they had
and we only have 1 acre. Well, not even an acre. It's like a little less than
0.9 acres. Yeah, and then they had a horse stable. Probably could fit 6 horses, 6 stalls probably, and then it had like a Tennessee Walker track. They went around.
Yeah, it was big.
They had a fucking a pond.
It looked like a legit estate.
Yeah, it was an estate.
Like the house wasn't massive. I wouldn't call it a mansion. I think the house was only 2,100 square feet.
The size of our old place.
Which is not even. Yeah. I don't even think
it was beautiful. People,
it's nice though.
When people think of Mississippi, they think of like some fucking poor shacks or something. No, they got some beautiful fucking houses down there. And she was a nurse. And that's somebody.
And he owned a car dealership. So they had a lot of money. Clearly.
If you were a guy and you married a nurse in Mississippi, that was striking it rich, because she made 6 figures, and 6 figures goes extremely far in Mississippi.
Yeah, because like I said, that big ass house with 15 acres was less than we paid for this house.
And he had a car dealership.
Yeah, so, he collected cars.
And he had hot rods. He had a Ferrari.
Like he raced them and stuff.
He raced them, yeah.
So it's just like
there's really nice shit there.
Yeah.
It's just depends on who you are.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't need to make a whole lot of money to live really well.
Yeah, Oracle said, I gotta wonder how many people are addicted to renovating and they can't just stay put. I think that might be what it is. Like, I think once you get a taste of doing it, like, maybe some people are just like, ooh, now then I can do this, or they'll have it done. Yeah, well, sometimes they flip them.
They're flipping them, they're making money.
But sometimes they think it's like, oh, they do it, and then like a year or two, they're like, oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that. Like, and they get bored of it, and then they want to start over again.
Yeah, but you got to look at it from their point of view. Every time they flip it, they might flip one a year or so. They make $80,000. That's like a job.
True.
Especially in an area like Mississippi.
For a while, there was like, there was a lot of people doing that.
Yeah.
That's why there's so many shows on the fucking. That's really Hometown is the only one that I like.
Yeah.
Just because.
It was weird.
Well, one, because of the Laurel, Mississippi connection. I've never been there, but you're from there.
Yeah.
Or you lived there with your dad. And I just like Ben and Erin. They're just so... And I don't usually like wholesome stuff, but it's like they're just so genuine and like down to earth. And they don't seem obnoxious or anything at all. They just seem like genuinely like nice people.
Big Little's here. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Dave?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yep.
Tiggly2 says, yeah, we built my current house and there's so many decisions you have to make. It's overwhelming. Yeah, I think that's what the lady said, like when she gave the new house that they bought. It wasn't new, obviously. It was built in the early 2000s, I think. But when she gave it to them to renovate it, she was like, look, she's like, I have decision fatigue. She's like, I decided everything in the old house and I just want somebody else to fucking do it. Which, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I would be. So, I would give them like direction. I'd be like, well, don't paint my fucking walls white and all that kind of shit because I don't like that. But
see, I got Latin real estate agents. They're fucking really good. They're the one that got me the financing here. If I ever have a problem, if I need to move out of here, I can just go back to her and fucking tell her, look, I get another house. They're wonderful. They can flip all kinds of shit with numbers and crunch numbers and tell you what you have to do, and they could get you out of this house and you'd make money on it and get you into another house simultaneously.
Yeah.
They can do all kinds. You can't do that shit on your own. You need a real expert, an insider. And my people are good, real good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
And our old landlord used them.
Yeah.
So
that's how we got like.
That's how we found out about them.
It's like I'm not. I really like this house actually.
Yeah.
It's a little far out away from shit, but
it won't be for long. They're building.
But
everything.
I mean, yeah, probably like shit will build up, and like I said, they're building new shit like right down the street. So it's not like we're out in the middle of nowhere.
No,
it is
growing huge.
It is slightly rural, but it's not. You know, it's not like you have to go.
You know where that Culver's
you drive
is?
30 minutes and you're downtown Orlando.
You know where that Culver's is?
Yeah.
Past that, they built a new Sonny's barbecue there.
Yeah, you told me about that. We'll have to go down there and see what's down there.
Next to it, a Mission barbecue.
See, I never go down there.
And then on the other side of the street, two new huge complexes. They're like the size and scale of Buckingham. Two of those right there.
Buckingham Estates, that's where
that was nice. Yeah, they're like Buckingham Estates.
This is called Black Bay Reserve where we live now, but like
there's these little enclosed neighborhoods here.
Yeah, I think most places
they're private neighborhoods. No, actually, most countries don't have those.
No, I'm saying I think most places in the U.S. have those.
Yeah, yeah.
But
it's funny because I was seeing a thing like the Russia is just starting to build enclosed communities. They didn't have a need for it. They had no concept of it. But I saw somebody doing a tour of one, and they had their own restaurant and their own fucking stores, and you had to go, security to get in and everything. And that was like a new concept in Russia. They fucking loved it though. They don't need the security as much as you need it here, but
yeah, because some of the neighborhoods do have shit like that. Like ours has a golf course and a restaurant.
Yeah.
But
it has one entrance in and out.
But that's about it.
But they didn't put security guards.
There's not a gate on it though. Yeah. I think they were going to at first, but the neighborhood
we have to pay for it if they do it.
So yeah, it's like I'm not worried about it.
Buckingham was though.
Yeah, that was kind of a pain because you had to pay for the thing like to get in and out. It had two entrances actually because our house in Sanford was only 3 houses down from the back entrance. So it was easy to get to, but it's like, you know, it was kind of a pain in the ass. And then,
Yeah.
like, my car got in a wreck, and I didn't really have the money to get another tag, so I had to come through the front every time and, like, tell, hey, I live here.
Give me your ID, yeah.
It was kind of a pain in the ass. So, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of, look, I just want to go to my house, okay? I don't want to have to, like, get checked out every fucking time. I fucking live here.
Yeah, but I like security, though.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't really worry about it so much, out here at least.
Yeah.
Because there's not really anybody walking around.
Right.
There's nothing around here.
Really, the only thing you have to worry about in the U.S. when it comes to, like, fucking is, well, burglaries happen. But the thing is those enclosed communities, a lot of times you can get into them pretty easily on foot.
Yeah.
But you can't get a car in and out of there. So you can't really burglarize the place because there's no way to get the loot out.
Yeah. Because you look a little suspicious carrying this big fucking sack on your back.
One of the main things that can happen here in the U.S. is what's called a home invasion. And if you see how they do that, they usually do that in very upscale neighborhoods. A lot of it further south around Miami. They'll take a van, all right, and drive it onto your fucking lawn at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go around to your back sliding glass doors and back the van into your sliding glass door, bust it open, and 4 dudes with AKs jump out. They come out and they'll just fucking loot the place. And then they'll run, and then they'll fucking load it up into the truck and then leave. That's how they do it. But if you look into the details, usually those guys robbed your house because they knew where they were going. And a lot of times they're kind of like a friend of the person who got robbed. So they knew where they were going and they knew what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's drug trade. The guy that they're robbing is fucking selling coke. So they want the coke and the coke money. That's where a lot of it is. So if you're not involved in the drug trade, the risk to you is a lot less.
It's less likely.
Yeah. Because Florida was built on cocaine. Miami Vice was not fiction. That's what kick-started the economy here. It was the drug entry point.
CB says, Tom and Jenny, have you watched Peaky Blinders?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's like we've had so many people recommend that, so we'll get around to it one of these days. We've had so many people recommend that to us over the years. We just haven't got around to it. Oh, and Granther says, if you ever want to visit Detroit, is it Avelo? Avelo Airlines has flights from Lakeland for $39 each way.
Okay, yeah.
Damn. Yeah, and Lakeland's not that far from us.
Man, I haven't been to Detroit in a long time.
About an hour-ish.
I would just go to St. Andrews Hall. Go to the fucking shelter if that's still there. City Club.
I wonder if any of that's still there. I mean,
City Club's probably still there.
We could look it up on Google, obviously. Yeah, CB said the builders fucked up my mom and dad's house. They had to cut a hole in the floor of the kitchen and bathroom because the idiots forgot to put pipes in. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of fascinated by that one renovation show, just because I like when they take the old houses and like try, but the thing about it is that the older the house is, obviously, the more, what they get in there and start doing the renovations, and it's like, oh, there's no subfloor, like it's been eaten by termites or like some shit like that like you can't see. And so they end up having to like there was a couple houses they had to do where they had to like tear the whole floor out or like put new fucking whole fucking shit in or whatever.
Somebody earlier was going on about Chuck Norris fighting Bruce Lee. I talked about this earlier on some of the other programs. Both of those guys, for their era, were pretty good. All right. Out of the two, Chuck Norris actually fought in some tournaments. Bruce Lee fought, and we have recordings of him fighting in one, but it's kind of just more like it's not really kind of like, full contact type event. None of this, the fighting that those dudes did back then was nowhere near what you would see in MMA or Ultimate Fighting, even before that. if those guys, either Chuck Norris or fucking Bruce Lee, got involved in MMA, they'd get their asses kicked. They weren't that good.
Yeah, probably.
It was because those martial arts movies and stuff were in a time when boxing is what America knew. And the whole idea of kicking was kind of like, how do you score that? You know, and wait a minute, hold, you fight each other until somebody actually loses and there's blood? There's no gloves? You know, what the hell is this? That's not a sport. You know, that's a crime. You know, they couldn't really quite process that. I remember when I was a kid, they came out with like Ultimate Fighting. And it was like kind of like cage fighting. It's kind of like MMA. It was like a prototype of MMA. And a lot of people didn't look kindly on that. They thought that was like some freaky shit that might be against the law. But they didn't, you know, they just weren't quite ready for that when that first appeared. But really quickly, it kind of caught on. Recently, I was watching bare knuckle fighting between women. They were knocking each other's teeth out. That was fucking bizarre. I was like, but, you know, they willingly got in the ring and wanted to fight. That was pretty good fighting. It was amazing to watch one girl knock another girl's teeth out, and they show it in slow motion, her teeth fucking flying out. When I was a kid in the 80s, man, that would have been unheard of. That would have been like, no, you can't do that. That's barbaric, you know? But the Overton window was a lot different back then. We're getting almost to the point of fucking like gladiator combat, which that should be legal. That would just be dueling. And really the whole deal with legalized dueling, it was never really adjudicated. They just kind of banned it, but they never really argued it out. It should be constitutional that if you wanted to go to war with somebody else, as long as the other person wanted to go to war too, and you both signed, and the lawyers were involved, and you legally declare war on each other, you should be able to go to a certain place and time and just fight it out until somebody either submits or dies. That should be legal. Because they can draft you and send you out to fucking fight the state's enemies in an army. You should be able to have the individual right to do that too, if you want to. And then you can monetize it, and then when you have that, now you have fucking Roman gladiator fights, basically. Might involve guns or whatever, like the Hunger Games. Which, that should be legal also. I mean, you can do Isle of Man TT, which is a deadly motorcycle race. Dudes die in it every year. Not a big difference. So, I mean, it's wild, but human beings are wild. That's the way humans are. Gladiator combat and shit like that and fucking dueling has been going on for thousands of years. It only stopped recently. That's only a 20th century thing that stopped it. But Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris were kind of legendary in those days, and that legend kind of continues on, but it's kind of unfounded. If those guys jumped in the ring, they'd get their asses beat.
Well, people
today.
are a lot better at it.
They're a lot better fighters now.
There wasn't as much competition back then. I'm gonna say.
Now, out of the two, in terms of like a serious fighter, I'd give it to Bruce Lee, even though he was an actor, but he came up in Chinese theater. He really liked fucking martial arts, and he was talking about a new way to do martial arts, and what he's describing is MMA. A real martial art, real fighting. So he's presaging all that. And Bruce would have been good in MMA had he actually seen it and seen the rules and gone out there and see who was winning. And he'd find out real quick that had to put on about 30 pounds of muscle. 2, he'd have to fucking learn a good ground game and get into wrestling. But Bruce was the kind of guy that would do that. He would change it. He'd go, okay, fuck speed. Let's just go more power and wrestling on top of all this shit. And I can win. Like the water, I will flow. I will fit he'll do his fucking, philosophy shit. But Bruce would have been good in MMA if he decided to do it. If he wanted the money. Bruce didn't have to fight. He was making money as an actor. That's the difference.
Grampter says, we could all meet you at St. Andrew for a show. Me, Steve, Jenny J, Christy Watson, etc.
Yeah.
Then he's listing a bunch of people that you know, but I don't know who they are. Justin could bring He-Man. Angel DBZ says hello everyone. Hey Tom and Jenny. Hey
Justin can bring, he can bring Dwayne Paul. Dwayne Paul.
He's told me that story.
Dwayne Paul.
Dave says my uncle used to take me to the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium to watch Badman contests.
Yeah.
What is a Badman contest? Like I've heard that term before, but I'm not sure exactly what it entails. Like what kind of bad are we talking about?
Yeah.
I don't really know. Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to go to Detroit probably. One of these days.
Yeah.
It was cheap, like you said.
We wouldn't want to go in the winter.
Well, no, I mean, But, yeah, because that would suck. But
Pat O'Nermy, Dave Loyola, and John Cousteau. Oh, shit, man. John Cousteau, remember that dude? Yeah.
Are all of those people still there? Or
I don't know. What happened to John Cousteau?
Or are you just, like, naming a bunch of people that you guys
shit
both
from high
used to
school,
know?
yeah. John Cousteau.
You remember all those people?
Oh, yeah, I remember them all. John Cousteau was kind of a Billy Badass type dude. And he started off as a real bully. But then he lost all his friends. Nobody wanted to hang out with him. And then he wanted to reverse. I'm not like that no more. And he tried to be friendly to everybody. Didn't have any friends. But I don't know what he ended up with. But that was by the time 10th grade. He's like, I'm not like that anymore. But he would try to
I've turned over a new leaf.
I turned over. He should try to beat everybody's ass. He'd really beat dudes' asses if they were much smaller than him.
Well, yeah, that's typical bully behavior.
Yeah.
They're not going to pick on somebody size, are they?
But I think during the time that I was there, his reputation kind of changed a little bit. He was getting better. I don't know what eventually happened to him. He might have relapsed.
Grabster says I'm just naming randos from high school. Yeah, I kind of figured.
Randos from high school that we knew, yeah.
Camp Guy said Joe Ball, the Alligator Man, famous Texan restaurateur. Didn't we do a show about that guy? Wasn't he the one that like fed somebody to the alligators or said they did?
I don't remember.
Didn't we do a show about that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we did. I mean, I know it was in the list. So we either did a show about it or it's in the list and we haven't done a show about it yet. But like I said, we've done so many episodes. We just did our 500th episode, at least of the, normal shows or whatever. So it's like I kind of forget sometimes what we did and what we didn't do. John Christian moved to Las Vegas and was managing a strip bar called the Spearmint Rhino.
Yeah, that'd be a good job. That'd be a good job for John.
That's a random name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why a Spearmint Rhino? Why not a Peppermint Rhino?
Yeah.
Or a Chocolate Rhino? Did
he stay looking pretty tight, or did he get fat, or whatever? Because I can imagine. I can imagine if John was looking tight, he'd probably done pretty well with the strippers. He was a big jock boy with a fucking mullet and shit, a little mustache. He's a big dude.
He probably doesn't have a mullet anymore.
But back in those days, he had a mullet.
Yeah, well, a lot of people had
mullet, and he's the kind of dude driving an IROC. I drive my IROC Z. He'd have been a guy like that.
Oh my god,
my Trans Am. Yeah, that's
like peak.
Yeah, peak bullshit. Yeah, peak '80s bullshit.
Mullet, IROC.
Yeah, mullet, IROC Z. Yeah. He'd have those. He'd wear those kind of little fucking cowboy boots, the pointed, but they weren't tall. They were short. They ended at the ankle. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah, he'd wear that kind of shit.
Weird.
Yeah, wear that shit in high school.
I do remember those.
Yeah, the real Guido looking shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. We have to at some point. Our friend Sophie sent us a huge box of a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, we can show some of that.
And I was gonna show it on the Monday night show, but I said no, we'll just wait until.
Do it show it till later.
I mean, we can do it right now or whatever. But I told her I sent her a message when I opened the box because I got the box a few days ago.
Yeah, Sophie sent a bunch of stuff.
But yeah, she's been on the show before. She's sometimes in the chat, although she's not usually in here ananymore.
Yeah, if she's here, she can fucking speak up.
Yeah, Grabster says the years have not treated any of us well. Yeah. Well,
except me. I look fucking better now than I did, bitch.
Tom's offended. Isn't Sophie near Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where is she at exactly.
Sophie was friends with Jason Quinlan's little sister, and she was listening to the show and realized that we knew people in common.
Yeah,
that's how I met her from the show.
Like I said, it's a small world.
Small world, yeah.
And she's been here to visit a few times.
Yeah, a couple times, 3 times I think.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, she came and stayed with us. But yeah, every now and then she said she was going through her stuff and decluttering and sent a whole box full of cool shit.
Yeah.
Which
cool God stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of cool God stuff. That she didn't
Good, you want to show?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
This right here.
Yeah, you got it all there because I just took it out of the box and I left it there because.
Yeah.
And I
first thing she said, we'll go to the simple stuff first. Bunch of wall art.
Yeah.
They stick on the wall.
Yeah. See, it's
kind of like goth wall art.
Got like a little kitty.
Yeah, cats and fucking bats and.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't know if it sticks anymore. It was a long time ago that she got it. She never used it. Yeah.
Ooh,
wall art.
Yeah, those are cool. I'm gonna put those. I can put those in the hall actually, because they won't stand out in here because the walls are black.
Yeah.
But in the hall, the walls are kind of.
She got us a fucking
grayish.
Dios Muertos. Little,
yeah, Dios. So this is a little wall hanging.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Everything smells good too. It smells like patchouli-ish.
More wall art.
Yeah, it's got some like one says trick or treat on it. Golden sparkling.
Yeah.
Sounds cool too.
Yeah. And then this book.
Yeah, I'm gonna be reading this in a bit.
Yeah.
Why am I?
And then this was cute.
Foul deeds and suspicious deaths in around campus.
Alex.
Oh, and look, and and like I totally forgot, and I wore my Clockwork Orange shirt today too.
Yeah. Little Alex.
Yeah, that was like my Halloween costume. Yes, yeah, I got a Clockwork Orange shirt on.
And then these 3 little figures, new in the box and everything.
Yeah. Got little Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of like a Funko Pop.
Frank the Rabbit.
Yeah.
That one's cool. And little cute Pinhead.
Yeah.
That was super cute.
And then last but not least, this was the.
Yeah, this is kick ass.
Finale right here. It's a Frankenstein collector's action figure.
Yeah.
It's a real high-end action figure.
Yeah, can we hide it?
Yeah, it opens up
like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hit anything.
Oh shit! Goes
wrong way.
Wrong way.
Wrong way. There he is.
Yeah, he's got clothes and everything.
He's got clothes on that are cloth.
Yeah, it's missing the little handcuffs. He came with little handcuffs, but
okay.
She couldn't find them. She's gonna look for them.
Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. This is an expensive figure though.
It is, yeah.
Look
how cool he is.
Yeah, he's got
Little Frank.
different heads,
different heads, different hands.
Different hands, and he's got clothes. It's fully articulated.
Friend, cool.
Yeah, that's like a little $100 figure.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Look at his little face. Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wicked. The packaging is really nice.
Yeah,
it's
got nice packaging. So
that has to go back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really sweet. Like, got this big box, and like I said, everything smells good.
Yeah, it smells like dragon's blood.
Oh, and then there's that candle. We got that candle.
Oh yeah, where's that candle at?
Right there, right in front of your face.
Oh yeah. It's a candle that when it
burns,
it drips red.
Yeah, it's one of those like blood candles.
Yeah. It's a black candle that drips red.
That's not what smells like that.
Yeah.
So I guess everything in her house just smells like that, which is nice.
Yeah.
Grampler says, I've been meaning to send you a couple A24 movies to review, Spring Breakers and The Florida Project, or can I donate and you just download to watch? I mean, either way. I have been wanting to do The Florida Project, actually. That might be... I thought it was on Amazon Prime for free, but I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's obviously not free because you pay for Amazon Prime, but I'm just saying, if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free. What are they talking about? The same guy from Late Night with the Devil? Wasn't that his name? Who? Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, was it?
What's that?
The psychic guy from Late Night with the Devil. Shit, man. Yeah, it might have been Chris too. Yeah.
Yeah. What you doing?
Like, I'm not sure. I'm sure he was based on somebody specifically, probably like Uri Geller, I'd imagine. Oh, thank you very much, Gramthers. Thank you very much. So okay, we'll definitely do those then. So we should probably do one of them on Monday, because like I said, I've been wanting to watch the Florida Project anyways, actually. So I'm gonna write those two down so I don't forget. Oh, I hear something else outside. I don't know if it's golf carts or whatever. CB says Tommy should get a BTK Funko Pop. I'm sure they probably have one. They have one of everybody else. What is their... Because Funko Pops, they do real people sometimes too, right? I mean, not just characters. I don't know if they have a serial killer. I know they have the serial killer bobblehead line because I have a couple of those. I have BTK and I have H.H. Holmes also. But, and they had a Gacy one, and I can't remember what the other ones. They didn't have that many of them, but I don't remember which ones. CB says, Jenny, we have a shop in town you would love. It's called Babaloo. Just like on I Love Lucy, I guess. Oracle says, I just imagined a meeting between Spock and Frankenstein's creature. Yeah, that would be something to see, wouldn't it? Camp Guy said, anybody see that dude that does the full body impressions of celebrities? I think his name is Jeff Richards. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know if I've ever seen him or not. Gramster says, if it doesn't cover both, let me know. Oh, I'm sure it will. Like I said, Florida Project, I was going to do it like a few weeks back, and I thought that I saw it. I mean, usually to rent them or whatever, it's usually like $4 or $5, like at most, I think. But
the dude from Late Night with the Devil, I think he was based on, what's his name, Ringo Swan? Or no, what was that guy's?
Ingo Swan?
Ingo Swan, yeah.
I said it was probably Ingo Swan or Uri Geller.
I think Ingo Swan, the Indian guy.
Because like the skeptic guy from Late Night with the Devil, that was for real based on James Randi.
Oh, yeah, Randy, yeah. Thanks, Rams.
Yeah, he said to do those 2 movies.
All right.
Like, so, yeah, we'll definitely do those. Like I said, I've been wanting to do Florida Project, but...
You know the 2 movies you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what he's talking about.
All right.
Oh, okay. Camp Guy says the Jeff Richards show, he does fake interviews dressed and acting like David Letterman, Gary Busey. I could barely tell the difference. Like, he does, like, the whole... He does, like, he dresses like him and moves like him and everything like that. Okay. That's a talent.
We don't have Late Night with the Devil, do we?
I don't think we bought it. Like, well, because I've seen it twice. We saw it in the theater, and then I watched it again last Halloween because it's on Shudder, and I'm pretty sure they have it on like Hulu or something like that too,
That's
or
what
Amazon
we should
Prime. I love that fucking movie. That was my favorite horror movie of 2024. It was so.
We'll
fucking
get like
good.
a deluxe version of that shit.
And the second time I saw it, I liked it even more. It's just it's a good Halloween movie too because it's like set on Halloween.
Well, it's also kind of very Gen X because we grew up watching fucking like Geraldo and all those fucking talk shows with paranormal shit happening and all, paranormal guests, and it's just like very much.
It reminded me of like Johnny Carson, Johnny Carson show, or like old. Who was the other guy?
It reminded me of Geraldo.
Dick Cavett. It reminded me more of the because it was 70s, so it reminded me more of the older ones.
Yeah, Dick Cavett would have been like Dick Cavett. Yeah,
kind of reminded me of that. I mean, I was pretty young when that was on, but I remember those shows.
Yeah,
like because my grandma used to watch them at night.
Yeah, because Geraldo was early 80s. What, 83?
Yeah.
83, 84.
I feel like when did Geraldo first come on? I feel like the big heyday was like late 80s maybe, but I'm sure it was on a long time before that.
I gotta hand it to Geraldo though, man. He really did fucking understand that daytime talk show fucking game. He understood that game very well. It had to be very sensational.
Well, yeah.
And he actually Geraldo came off as actually kind of serious back in the days until you got to know him. And then you realize that now he's kind of a fucking P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
He'll go to whatever is fucking sensational.
He was just pretending like he was being serious about it.
To be serious.
So you didn't feel so guilty about watching it, I guess.
Yeah. But man, the Geraldo show was good, man. It was good. And from that came, Jerry Springer and fucking Sally Jesse Raphael and
Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones.
I liked Ricky Lake, and I liked Jenny Jones. I liked Ricky. What was cool about Ricky Lake when she first appeared is that she was fat.
Yeah, she was in that John Waters movie.
She was
Hairspray.
She was a very pretty fat girl who had a lot of charisma. She ended up losing weight though.
Yeah.
But when she first started, she was different because in that era, people on television were supposed to kind of look perfect. But whoever put her on there made the right call because daytime television most of the people watching were like single moms and unemployed people, and they were overweight. So they go, oh, I got a fat girl, and she had a good show. Ricky was...
Yeah, I remember it being pretty entertaining.
She had a good personality. She's very positive and bubbly. You could tell she took her job seriously, but you could tell she didn't really kind of like take the topic seriously. She'd be fucking goofing on the guests if they were.
See, I wouldn't be able to keep my face.
She couldn't keep a straight face. But that was.
You'd be able to see my face like.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like the birth of the beginning genesis of reality TV. And there was nothing real about reality TV, but it was kind of like reality TV because the daytime hosts sometimes couldn't keep a straight face. So, you felt like you got to know them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Because some of the people on there were just coming up with some crazy shit.
Yeah, and then there was reality television, which wasn't real, and then proto-internet, and that's kind of when social media was starting.
You remember the first... Well, I don't think it was the first reality show technically, but I think the first one that was kind of considered like a long-running reality show, which was The Real World on MTV.
Yeah.
And the thing about that was that I saw the first season of that, and it was actually pretty good. It didn't really do any of the shit that reality shows do nowadays, where everything is edited and manipulated to make everything as dramatic and conflict-ridden as possible. Like, it was genuinely just filming people being themselves, and it was actually pretty interesting because they did vet the people and get interesting people that live together. But as time went on, obviously it just got more and more sensational. I feel like, didn't PBS do one that was called, I think it was called 1800 House? And they had a family, and they didn't make them, obviously, because they knew what they were getting into, but they lived as a family would live in 1800, and then they just filmed them. But I don't know if that was before The Real World, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was more serious, obviously. They didn't really, because they were just interested to see how modern people would adapt to like living like that.
Yeah.
And it was actually like pretty interesting. I haven't seen it for a long time.
And if you guys were not old enough to remember when reality TV started, also in the world of VHS porn, there started to be reality porn. And there was the first one I can remember was a whole series called Shane's World. And it was this chick named Shane and her boyfriend, and they were independent porn stars, and they would just contract porn star girls and travel around and fucking have threesomes with them in hotels, and fucking funny shit would happen, and they'd go to clubs and stuff, and that was the whole fucking tape. That was kind of like the beginning of OnlyFans. That was the genesis of OnlyFans. So the VHS camera really, and handheld camcorders were revolutionary to all entertainment media, including porn. Because anybody can now make a movie.
I feel like porn is usually like an innovator in any kind of new technology that comes along.
Porn's always cutting edge.
It's always one of the first adopters.
Because it's got to be very low budget, and it has to be able to deliver to you surreptitiously for very cheaply. So you need some kind of high-tech way of getting it in your hands.
Yeah.
It used to... for a while, they thought it was just VHS tape. Yeah. And then digital cameras and internet.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's the same nowadays, but I feel like porn was definitely a very early adopter of VHS, like home video.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of where the market exploded.
Yeah, VHS.
Before movie studios were putting out their big movies on VHS, like porn movies were just flooding the fucking market. That and like, shitty low budget horror movies.
VHS tape killed porn theaters. And a good thing, if you ask me. Fuck porn theaters. Dudes jerking off in a theater and shit. Like, that's some kinky shit.
Well, here's the weird thing. Is like...
dudes that will go seek that out.
Well, yeah. Like, I can see... It's like if some people have that kink where it's like, oh, you're in public and it's kind of naughty. And you know what I mean? But it's like... Here's the thing. It was because I was just... Somebody was reminding me the other day about, Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens, and how he got busted in a porn theater jerking off, and like how... stupid that was, because like, well, isn't everybody there for that? And like, I don't even think anybody else was in there. Like when I was like, holy crap, he totally got railroaded for that shit.
VHS killed
just doing normal shit.
VHS killed porn theaters. It killed porn movies. It ended up just being broken down basically into like scenes eventually.
Yeah, because that's all.
Because that's all people want, just scenes. They didn't have to have any kind of
They're
story.
like, I don't have to sit here for 90 minutes.
Listen to these people fucking talk. Trying to jerk it, man. I'm trying to jerk it. What's all this
Nobody wants
story
to listen
about?
to people talk.
Hear these people fucking talk.
Nobody wants a plot. Piss
Yeah,
off with
but
that.
I remember those fucking movies. That was way into the 90s. They were the best looking actors and actresses were in those movies still, not just scenes. They were just trying to justify their existence like they were actors. And, you know what I mean? Like they had talent, which some of them kind of did, but it was still low budget acting and nobody was watching it for that. They just wanted to see the scenes.
Yeah.
And you go back and look at some of that stuff now and it's just, it's not hot. It looks very staged, very fabricated. The people are good looking, but you can tell they're just kind of going through the motions. You're like, well, this will be over soon. You know, they're just trying to, you know, hey, man, been doing this all day. 'Cause they gotta shoot that shit. What's hotter is just some chick in her house with a fucking cell phone, trying to send you some shit over for the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, because no one's making her do that.
No one's making her do it. She's doing it on her own time, and she's just fucking, and she's whatever she's showing you or whatever she's selling. She produced it, so it's pretty close to what, you know, pretty close to a creation. It is one of her creations.
Yeah.
And the money all goes to her, and then the platform gets a cut. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
That's better.
Like I said, as long as
she's
no one's
not she's not being exploited, and she's also, you know, the fucking her director or whatever, the studios aren't pimping her out, which they did that.
Well, yeah, that's. What
But the girls didn't mind; they were hookers anyway. But you know, that was where the big money came from, the fact that you were a porn star. If you were a porn star, you could ask for a lot more, so you had to do less fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the profit margin was better, but they were all escorts.
Yeah, Camp Guy said, great scene in Boogie Nights where Burt Reynolds is arguing with those other two dudes about tape versus film at the New Year's Eve party. Yeah, I remember that scene where it's like, yeah, he wanted us to keep the integrity of the art form.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and they were sitting there going, no, man, we're going to video. That's what everybody's doing.
Yeah, they were right.
They were right, yeah. I mean, he
still
wanted some like artistic value,
yeah,
which I respect that. I do, but like I said,
that's not why people were watching those movies.
That's not why people watch porn, though.
Yeah. What a porn company ended up in the VHS era being basically like a warehouse with a bunch of fucking rooms built in it where you could shoot scenes, and they just walk from one. And it was a set. They walked from one set to the next, and they had fucking mopes and shit, which is side actors and fluffers, and they're just trying to, and they would fucking shoot a shit ton of scenes a day. They would they would just sell the scene. They wouldn't sell a movie.
Yeah.
Just sell the scene.
Because like I said, who the hell's going to watch that?
And then people, they would split the money.
Yeah, Camp Guy was saying, plus that guy, pop singer, George Michael, yeah, he got busted. That was bullshit too. Because it's like, well, he gets busted in the bathroom like cruising. I'm like, so?
Well, I think the thing with him is that
it's not like the person was underage or like not consenting or anything like that. Who gives a fuck?
The thing with George Michael is that George Michael was kind of like a pop icon. The girls fucking loved him. I remember in high school, even in Brazil, the girls fucking loved it. And you know, his songs were very like sex positive, and it was being portrayed as like straight sex between men and women. Turned out he was gay.
Yeah.
So well, that's what it was.
It's a wider audience.
They're trying to fucking sell it to a mainstream audience.
Tell it to everybody, yeah. I understand that.
And the reason why it fucking was like, look at this dude, is because so many girls liked him. Nobody knew he was gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, looking back on it now, I find that hard to believe. But, yeah, people didn't really...
They didn't realize he was gay.
They didn't really realize.
Yeah.
He wasn't really out there with it like, Boy George
he was. Yeah, he wasn't out there. And fucking... George Michael could put on a show, man. Fucking father figure.
I don't mind Wham or George Michael, actually.
And he's just like fucking singing, I'm gonna fucking get that pussy. You know, just goes the whole thing. I'm gonna tear that shit. And so, you know, you could buy it. He was a very good performer. And it's just kind of funny. Shock you back to reality. Gay.
Yeah.
He wasn't singing to girls. He was singing to dudes.
Yeah.
And the girls didn't like it.
To me, I'm like, oh, that makes it hotter.
Some girls will be like, oh, that's hot.
Yeah. To me, that makes it hotter.
Yeah. And the dudes just laughed.
Yeah.
Ah, you thought he was romantic. He's not talking about you. Yeah. Laughing at the disappointment of the women.
That's not
nice.
That's
why fucking Liberace never really came out. He said, well, I got
really
so many female fans, I'm not going to hurt their feelings.
Although, like I said, Liberace is another case.
You had to know.
Because,
but they were trying to suspend
their
disbelief.
No straight man has ever acted like that. Give me a break.
Those old fucking hags back in the day were trying to suspend their disbelief. You know?
I guess so.
Yeah. He's talking about me. No, he's not talking about you. He's talking about that blonde dude that drove him in the fucking his chauffeur. Sure. Is what he's talking about. Yeah.
But like I said, it's not like his female fans were ever gonna like meet him or be in a relationship with him anyway. So it's like kind of a moot point. It doesn't matter who he's thinking.
It's the fantasy. It's the fantasy. What if?
Yeah. Zach sent us a super chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Got my ass a couple new old records for my birthday yesterday. That's right. It was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Zach.
Imagine by John Lennon. Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
And Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
He's getting some good shit, man.
Yeah.
Getting some good shit. CB says, if you want to jack off at the fetish bar, you have to pay £20 to get into a booth. That's kind of nice they give you the option, though. You know what I mean? Here, I kind of feel like I'm not actually sure what the legality of it is. I mean, people do it. Like, it's not common like it used to be, but, like, they still have places like that. They tend to be pretty sketchy and, like, low rent, I feel. Dan Bell goes to them sometimes, like, up in Baltimore and stuff.
Yeah, they're, like, really low rent.
Yeah, they're pretty gross, not gonna lie.
Theaters. And it's old people.
Yeah, it's, like, old dudes that, like, go in there.
Old perverts.
And, so you can still do it, but like I said, I'm not really sure if it's technically legal and they just have some kind of workaround.
Well, it's not in public.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're in a booth all by themselves. It's not like anyone sees them. So,
yeah,
I don't really understand why it would be an issue.
The only thing that fucking is like that in our area would be secrets.
Yeah,
they're always trying to get us to go down there. These other couples, by X and shit.
Which is not. I mean, that's not like a peep show or like a booth. It's a resort.
It's a resort with a bunch of fucking...
hotel with a club and a pool, and it's like it's a resort. You can stay there. Like
and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and they got good looking people there, and but nobody's gonna make you do anything you don't want to do, but. You go into that world, it's like a theme park / swingers resort.
Yeah.
And everything's happening. Straight, bi, gay, everything's happening here. And you have to fucking... There's swimming pools. They do pool parties and stuff, Now, I don't think you could be nude out in a pool.
You can be topless.
You can be topless on a pool.
But you can't... Yeah, they have rules about, like, you can't be naked and, like, out where other people can maybe see. You can... Like I said, you can have boobs out, but, like, you can't...
And you would think it'd be, like, some bunch of old, fat people in their 60s and shit. No, not from the photos.
That's what I suspected, but I guess not.
No, not from the photos. Dudes are really jacked. Real jacked dudes across the ages. Girls that look like... That's where look like fucking porn stars because a lot of them are. There's a lot of the OnlyFans and girls and the fucking small creators that go there because they can't go to a normal club a lot of the times because people might recognize them. So they go to secrets, and for them that's just their normal club.
Yeah, because they have a nightclub on the property.
Stuff. Yeah, and I don't know. You gotta. It's not open to the public. You had to buy a membership.
Yeah.
It's like a monthly fee to go in there.
Well, yeah, because they want to weed out the riffraff.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, and they got little, like, fucking Love Hotel type shit happening in there. And for all I know, because, like I said, some of those girls are in porn. They'll probably jump in fucking with you. Single dudes can't be in there. It's couples. So it's probably a kind of situation where you might be able to swing one of them girls, but they're going to expect a tip. Let's just put it that way. So it's not necessarily a brothel per se. It's a club. But some of those girls are professionals. They're porn stars. and you could probably take them back to your room. Yeah, if they like you. But money will probably change hands. But it's going to be surreptitiously.
Well, yeah.
Because that can't be on the surface, you know. Might have to fucking deposit something into their fucking PayPal account.
Send them some Venmo.
Send them some Venmo, yeah.
Send it to my Venmo. Haida said Liberace would always say he was waiting for the right woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Like, that's a good way to deflect it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that he just never found it. Never found her.
Yeah,
Zach
the right
says...
for him had an 8-inch cock.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Muscles and an 8-inch cock.
Hey, no shame.
Long blonde hair and a limousine.
We all like what we like, okay?
Yeah.
The heart wants what it wants.
Yeah.
Zach said, also, did y'all see Aunt Gladys from Weapons won Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars last week?
I heard. Yeah.
I did see that, yeah. And I was like, it was so cool because Amy Madigan is her name. And I was so jacked because she's been working for such a long time. And you could see, because I saw like clips of her reaction, that she was so fucking happy that she finally won one.
It just goes to show
Michael B. Jordan won for Sinners, too.
It just goes to show you how much Hollywood sucks. That the main attractions are fucking horror movies. Because that's not the way it used to be. They used to have all these other fucking mainstream movies, and they would fucking turn their nose up at horror. I'm not telling you that those horror movies weren't good. They were good. Weapons was good. Fucking the vampire one. What was it called?
Sinners.
Sinners was good. They're good movies. It's just that they wouldn't have gotten any attention really back in the 80s.
I'm just really happy that like horror has actually finally been taken seriously, because we've been bitching for years.
Well, I think horror got better and mainstream movies got worse.
But it's just like there's been good horror like this whole time, except for maybe the 2000s.
Yeah, it just wasn't getting. There was good horror the whole time, it's just that it didn't get any attention.
Yeah, I feel like it was still.
That's the only thing good they have. Now.
I feel like for a long time, even up until fairly recently, it was still seen as like
lowbrow,
yeah. Which it's not. It's like I don't really. That always kind of pissed me off.
Well,
that,
some
like,
of it is.
People,
some of it is.
Yeah, but like there's lowbrow comedies and shit like that too. Nobody bitches about that.
It's just the genre, you know.
You know, back in the old days, I remember being in junior high and high school, and you know, I was really into horror then.
Yeah.
Reading Clive Barker and shit, and like I would get sent to like the guidance counselor. They thought something was the matter with you. Like, if you liked that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you were a psychopath or something, which is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. You know, they just didn't get it. Like, why would you want to watch something like that? Or just, like, you know. You can't explain it to people that don't get it.
I think that's just wild that people are selling vinyl again. I was looking at fucking Billy Idol's promoting on his YouTube channel that everything's being re-released on vinyl.
Yeah.
And fucking,
well, yeah, because everybody's getting into it. Like, they're collecting it. You know what I mean?
It does sound better.
It does sound better.
It sounds better done as that.
Yeah.
It has a more of an analog sound to it. It's a deeper, richer sound. Digital can't really compare to it. Digital's good at certain things, but when it just comes to really good ambient sound, especially those older recordings, man, fucking record was the way to go. It's even better than electromagnetic tape, even. It had a very good resonant sounds in it.
Zach says, I think they're trying to live down not giving Toni Collette a nomination for Hereditary, which I still think deserves a War Crimes Tribunal. Yeah. Right? She absolutely should have gotten a fucking nomination for that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm still fucking salty about it. There are so many fucking great horror performances that just... And like I said, I kind of feel like I'm not an actor, but just from an outside perspective, it seems to me that actors in horror have a harder job because you have an added hurdle of suspension of disbelief. You have to make people buy it. Something they don't believe. Ghosts, vampires, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. And so you have a harder job. Like, it's harder to make it believable, to make it grounded, to make it, like, real enough that people are going to, like, respond to it. You know, it's easier to do, I feel like, in a drama or a comic because it's, like, realistic. You know what I mean? You can, you know, you can kind of go back to your own emotions about real things that happen to you or something like that. A horror movie, you can't really do that. Yeah. Because a lot of it's unbelievable or it's, like, stuff that doesn't exist.
He's also talking about vinyl there. What do you say about vinyl?
Zach says, for me, part of why I like vinyl is just a more tangible thing, and the art that goes into the album sleeves and liner notes so sexy.
You can sit there and look at the fucking big pictures.
Yeah, I mean, they were so big and like so much thought went into.
We put headphones on, look at that shit, and sit on in our fucking rooms and go and analyze every fucking bit of that fucking album while we were listening to it. But the sound was better. It's a lot more resonant.
Yeah, it's not as all. It's not compressed. Like
it's not as compressed.
Like
it sounds better. Especially if it was recorded on analog equipment. I don't know if they're taking digital recordings and then trying to put them back into analog. The original analog recordings are fucking really good. What you need to do now that you got it set up like that is get you some fucking old original Pink Floyd. Fucking, I got an old original fucking 2 or 3 old original Billy Idol albums. I got fucking Whiplash Smile in there. I got fucking Rebel Yell.
I got all kind of albums right here too.
I have some original fucking Devo in there. I got fucking Are We Not Men.
I got Damned.
Yeah, I got an original. I got an original.
Love and Rockets, Bauhaus.
Jimi Hendrix. Fucking the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Fucking. What was the one with the fucking Indian fucking pictures on the front of it? It wasn't Third Stone from the Sun, or not Jimmy. What was the name of it? It had fucking Castles in the Sand on it, and something. Dolly Dagger, I think, fucking was on it. I'll go get my records. Hold on.
Can you get me another drink while you're out?
Hold on.
Zach says, I got Dad a copy of Dark Side of the Moon for Christmas. Yeah, that's right. You told us that. So you do have some Pink Floyd. Yeah, I have a bunch of vinyl right here too, but like I said, I don't have anything to play it on. I don't even remember what all I got in here. I think I got some other shit like Misfits. I got The Birthday Party. Some of these are just like 12-inch singles. You guys remember those? I think that was Tones on Tail. I don't remember what all's in here.
All right.
I think there's some Cure in here maybe.
All right, let me get you.
For some reason, they're all turned around, so I can't see what they are. I can't really tell what these are. Well, that's Tones on Tail for real. Okay, I remember that one. And then that's Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Bad Religion. Yeah, I got a bunch too. It's just I don't have anything to play them on, you know? What the hell is that? Oh, that's Weird Al Yankovic, actually. Yeah, I got Weird Al. Yeah, I got Weird Al. There's Sisters of Mercy. Oh, see, there you go. I got fucking... I totally forgot I had that. I got First and Last and Always. Vinyl right there. I forgot that was in here. Like I said, I haven't played them in so long that I forgot what I had. You know? Now I'm like kind of curious. That's just like Halloween sound effects and stuff. And scary stories. That's The Teardrop Explodes. Their first album, Kilimanjaro, which is great, by the way. Big fan of Julian Cope. I am. I have like a lot of horror stories and sound effects records. That's Modern English. It's The Birthday Party. Yeah, I got a lot of shit too. Thanks. I sold a bunch a long time ago, but these are like the ones I kept.
Look at that one, bro.
Yeah.
Whiplash Smile. Yeah. It's got the disc in it and everything.
Look at that sexy motherfucker.
Yeah, sexy motherfucker. Yeah. Whiplash Smile album. It got damaged. It's like it's metallic copper, but somehow something stuck to it. I don't remember what happened. It happened a long time ago. It got damaged right there. But the album itself is good. This is the Jimi Hendrix one I was talking about. What's that say? Axis, as bold as love.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it's called. It opens up.
Yeah, he look fancy.
Yeah. Oh shit. This is a really good Jimi Hendrix album. Love that one. Look at that one. The thing is that there's no album in it.
You lost it over the years or it broke?
I think I was leaving. I think it was in the turntable.
Oh.
I think it was in the turntable and the stereo got thrown away.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You could probably get another one.
You could probably get money just for this.
Yeah,
because there's probably some people that are missing the damn cover, the sleeve. Look at that.
There you
Duran
go.
Duran.
I used to have that, but I gave it away a long time ago, sadly.
This is the Brazilian edition.
Man, I had so much Duran Duran. You
See
guys,
how
I had a stack of Duran Duran vinyl like
it's
that.
a great
big.
album.
I gave it to my friend
great album.
Colleen a long time ago.
An original Devo. Are We Not Men?
There you go.
Yeah. It's in there too.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Look how cool that fucking looks. This is a great album. I think this is the first release also. This is probably worth $100. How much you want to bet this album's worth $100?
I don't know. You could get a
Let's
look.
check it. Let's check it out.
Like I said,
An original David Bowie.
there you go.
His first album. The Man Who Sold the World. Isn't that his first album or second?
I can't remember.
I think it's his first. Check this one out. Original first release. Jimi Hendrix. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is Electric Ladyland. It's a double album.
Yeah, there you go.
Double album. This is a great album. It's a little bit rough, but this is probably worth money.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up on the outside. But
Yeah, but both the albums are in there. Now check this out.
I'll get a record player one of these days.
This is a fucking special edition of fucking Dark Side of the Moon. What does it say right there? Original master recordings. Probably worth a lot. Yeah. This is one. Jen knows this one. The Mission UK.
There you go.
Yeah, God's Own Medicine. This is a good goth album.
That's a good record, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like it so much back in the day, but I like it better now.
Yeah, it's kind of grown on me, honestly.
It sounds a little bit like U2.
Ian says that was Bowie's third album.
Third album? Okay.
Yes.
All right. This one, I think, is Jen's.
Yes.
Psycho.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a Misfits girl.
All right, check this out. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Couldn't Stand the Weather. Great album. I saw him live during this time. And this is also first release. I forgot about this one. Immaculate Fools. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that one from?
I don't know. It's something I got a long time ago. Steve Ray Vaughan, fucking Texas Flood. Great fucking...
I didn't know you had some of these.
Yeah. Check this out. Duran Duran.
Yeah, Seven and the Ragged Tiger.
Yeah, Seven the Ragged Tiger.
That was their third album,
Yeah,
right?
great album.
I used to have that one too, but like I said, I gave all my shit away like a dumbass.
This is an EP. Jimi Hendrix, fucking Johnny Be Good. David Bowie. First fucking release.
There you go.
Day in, day out. Isn't that what album's called?
I thought that was Let's Dance.
No. Never Let Me Down.
Oh, okay.
Never Let Me Down. But it's
Oh,
got
that's
Day in,
right.
Day Out on it.
That's right. I remember that song. I remember that song.
All right. Only got two more left. Pink Floyd. This is the one with Sid Barrett. Got a bunch of Sid Barrett on it.
Yeah.
It's called Relics.
That's an old one.
Yeah. Look at that. David Bowie. Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth soundtrack.
Labyrinth album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was kind of digging through mine over here, and it's like I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I got. This is kind of fun. I don't even remember what's over here. Like honestly, I got these one. Mm-hmm. This is a good record. That is, by the way, that there is Nick Cave's wife.
Yeah.
She wasn't then, but she is now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've been married a long time. I think she's his second or third wife. I don't know. He's been married a few times. And then, speaking of Nick Cave, I also got this one. Birthday Party Junkyard. That's a great fucking record. And, Tones on Tail. So I got that too. And, what else is in here? I can't remember.
Peter Boy said we're taking them back with those vinyls, yeah.
I know, yeah.
And that was just
that's Halloween.
That is just a small selection of what I used to have. I had to throw a lot of shit out, man. I couldn't find my Skinny Puppy albums.
Modern English.
Yeah.
After the Snow. 1982. That was what I Melt With You on it, but the whole album is good, though. And, what's this one? That's Halloween Tale. This is Teardrop Explodes. Kilimanjaro. This is a great fucking record. I love this fucking record. They have another one. They had another one that came out after that was also good, but I didn't like it as much. That was 80... I guess that was 82 also. Maybe earlier. I showed that one already. That's Sisters of Mercy. Ooh, this is a good one. This is Bauhaus. 1979, 1983. Opens up. This is a double album. Nice little picture of them there. I always like that picture. Got that one. And, let's see. What's this one? What's this one? Today's Bad Religion. Stranger Than Fiction. I love Bad Religion, man. Although Against the Grain is my favorite, but I don't have that on vinyl, I don't think. I just have it on CD. Yeah, this is just the Weeping Song single. That video cracks me up with him and Blitzbargeld in the fucking boat with the trash bag ocean. And he tells, like, I have a VHS or a DVD of all the Nick Cave videos, like, up into the 90s or whatever. And he would tell a little story about the video, like, before they showed it. And the video for the Weeping Song was, like, so funny because, I'm paraphrasing, it's been a while since I've seen it, but he's like, well, this right here is an example of how you don't make a video. He's like, first of all, don't give me the money. He's like, because the money got spent on other things. He means heroin. He spent it on heroin. So they ended up doing this fucking video that's like them in a boat. And like I said, they're supposed to be on the water, but they couldn't afford all this shit. So it's like they just made this ocean out of like fucking trash bags or something like that. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Zach gave me a really good idea. Maybe we should do some music-based videos.
We should, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot I had this one.
Yeah.
I forgot I had an Alien Sex Fiend.
Yeah.
Right there. That's single. Now I'm feeling zombified. This is the first Julian Cope album called Fried, which is also excellent. Like I said, I really like Julian Cope a lot. And Teardrop Explodes were like a really underrated band, man. Echo and the Bunnymen, songs to learn and sing.
Yeah. Good band.
Yeah, I love Echo and the Bunnymen.
They've really grown on me in recent years.
Yeah, I fucking love them. Well, it's like everybody knows Lips Like Sugar, but it's like
they got so much better
I am
shit
so sick of that fucking song, to be honest with you. It's like this. I think this is OMD, isn't it? Yeah, that's OMD. That's one that has So in Love on it. And what else?
So I didn't know that we could just pull the vinyl out.
Stranglers.
Yeah, we could pull the vinyl out at any moment.
Raven. Got that.
Zach, you need to come down. You bring your boyfriend. We'll go to the fucking. We'll go to the.
What the
we'll
hell
go
is
to.
this on?
Yeah, we'll go to
That's
Secrets.
the same one I
We'll go to Secrets. Lay up in the hot tub, spinning records. Jen will fucking record us. She'll be fucking bringing us trays of poppers and fucking.
Oh, I have to serve y'all.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right. It's just a boys' night out. Listening to this, spinning this shit.
This is the Bubble Men. This was actually a side project of the Love and Rockets guys. Like they dressed up in these little outfits. This is pretty much more. They just did a couple singles. You know what I mean? It was just kind of a lark. And what else? I have like a bunch of shit over here. I didn't realize. A bunch of shit.
Yeah, see what would happen, Zach, is that the records were big and they were fucking heavy. And when you were a kid, you had to move and shit. Sometimes you had to fucking leave your records behind with a friend and then you'd never see them again.
Yeah. There's Bauhaus.
Yeah,
Code.
that's
This is Dead.
I bet you that's worth a lot of money.
Probably. It's in really good condition. This is Peter Murphy's first solo album.
Yeah, yeah.
Should the World Fail to Fall Apart.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I love Hysteria as my favorite, so.
What's off of that?
He didn't really have
he didn't have any hits off that, did he?
Not really. Like the hits he had were Final Solution, which was a cover of, I think it was a Pear Ubu song, I want to say, and Canvas Beauty. What else was on there? The Light Pours Out of Me, but that was also a cover. That was Magazine, and this. Okay, that's like a Peter Murphy interview. picture disc. I don't remember where I got that
picture
from.
disc, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably worth money.
Probably. I imagine it probably
I think
is.
a lot of our records are worth money.
This is actually a Peter Murphy bootleg of like a live show. And this has him covering Purple Rain.
Oh, okay.
Sound is not great, but it's hilarious. Because you can hear somebody in the crowd saying, "Is this Purple Rain?" Yes, it was. It was Purple Rain. So there's like, I think the rest of these are probably Peter Murphy. This is Blue Heart. That's a single. That was off his first album also. That was 86, I think that was. And then this one, what's that? That Petrol Emotion. I really like them as well. Not my favorite song of theirs. That would probably be Cellophane, but Groove Check is pretty good. And what's this one? That's Blue Monday, obviously. Very iconic.
We need to will these
New
things
Order.
to people. We don't even have we don't even have a record player.
No, we don't.
We just have the disc.
And then that's also Peter Murphy, The Line Between the Devil's Teeth.
Yeah. We should probably get a record player.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Because I do have, like I said, I used to have a million more records, but I sold a bunch of them when I was broke. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I don't even, I just shudder to think at all the ones that I sold that I kind of, and I'm still pissed that because remember how I said, like, when I was younger, like when I was maybe 11 or 12, I was huge into Duran Duran. And it's every bit of money that I had that was given to me, like for babysitting or birthday or whatever, I would buy Duran Duran shit with it. Yeah. So I literally had a stack this big of Duran Duran records, 12-inch singles, books, everything. And for whatever reason, like after I got into, like when I started getting into junior high and high school and got more into like goth and punk and stuff like that, I was like, I don't think I really want these anymore.
Yeah, you start abandoning records.
And I gave them to my friend Colleen, who was like also a huge Duran Duran fan. And then many years later, I'm like, why the fuck did I do that? I had it was a huge box full of stuff that I gave her.
Oh, when I was a kid, I gave away all kinds of shit that I shouldn't have given away. You don't think it's going to be worth anything. You're sick of it, so you're just like, eh.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
My record collection had to be about fucking 6 or 7 feet thick.
Yeah.
Easily. Huge record.
Yeah, I mean, the shit I had like that was just Duran Duran. I had a bunch of other stuff, too.
If you had to move somewhere, man, fucking...
Yeah, it's a pain.
You couldn't take it. You could, well, some of these got to leave behind. So you had to give them to people or just abandon them sometimes. It's just stuff that you hadn't listened to in a while. It's just... I don't know. But I had a whole bunch of Skinny Puppy records. Bunch of metal records. Fucking everything fucking Iron Maiden, everything Judas Priest, everything Metallica, fucking. Then I had bunch of U2, bunch of Cure, Sisters of Mercy stuff.
Yeah,
just
I got
everything.
First and Last and Always still, but that's about it.
Skinny Puppy.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Cure vinyls and bootlegs. Yeah, I had Japanese Whispers. I had Head on the Door. I think after like the early 80s, I started buying shit on cassette because the record player I had was not real great. So I started buying cassettes like pretty much in the early 80s, and I didn't really buy vinyl much after that.
A friend of mine from New Orleans was a collector of Cure albums, and he was a cook, and his wife was a cook too. And they were living in New Orleans. I knew him from Boston, but they moved to New Orleans after I moved to Mississippi. I started seeing them again. Went down to their apartment, and she would buy him Cure albums for gifts every fucking time, every like holiday or birthday, whatever. Find him a fucking Cure album of some kind of bootlegs. And she told me that before. That every time I give him a gift, it's some kind of Cure album. I said, really? She's like, yeah. He collects anything Cure albums. After the club, I fucking crashed at their place one time and saw his Cure collection, and that bitch was about 40 feet thick.
Yeah.
And I was like, these are all Cure albums? And he's like, yeah. And fucking, and he's pulling shit out, and it was like French bootlegs. Fucking bootlegs from all around the world. Shit that was recorded with hand recorders during shows. Just everything. I didn't realize that The Cure had that many bootleg albums.
Yeah, I imagine there was
huge.
A lot. And like I said, there's, you know, like foreign releases, singles, remixes.
Right.
Like, there's tons of stuff.
He had to have everything by The Cure, if it was official or unofficial. And they were pretty cool records, you know. And it was a lot of it was just repeats, different versions of the same song over and over again.
But I mean, they've been around for such a long time. Yeah. It's like
that was at that time they weren't around that long.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that was only like 98, 99 when I saw that.
So they'd only been around for like 20 years at that point, as opposed to like fucking 40 years.
It was a line of fucking records, fucking 40 feet thick, huge.
Yeah, I can imagine. Peter says, I don't know if you like soundtrack albums, but the Lost Boys soundtrack is really good. I actually used to have the Lost Boys soundtrack on cassette. I didn't have it on vinyl. But I agree, it is like a really good soundtrack.
My favorite movie soundtrack album is Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. It had a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, the Baz Luhrmann version of the movie. That did have some good songs on it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good soundtrack.
That had me and Zach's song on it. Gavin Friday, man, Angel. Yeah, that was me and Zach.
I have it on our Spotify.
Yeah.
And it's like, so every time it comes on, I'm like, oh
shit.
Get in the heart-shaped tub.
Yeah, shit.
Where are the poppers?
Where's the poppers, man? Pull out the hot tub, the fucking disco ball. We're at the top of the
pink
fucking
balloons.
We're the pink balloons and fucking. We're at the top of. We're at the fucking penthouse, the revolving penthouse at the fucking.
Put
hotel.
in the Mr. Bubble.
Mr. Bubble. Gay dudes everywhere. Fucking Gavin Friday song, just gay as shit, but it's fucking awesome.
I think it might be the gayest song ever recorded.
It's one of the gayest songs ever, but it's awesome.
It's an awesome song.
Fucking song.
I love that song.
If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's called Angel.
Yeah.
From Gavin Friday. Just gay as shit.
Yeah, it was on the
awesome though. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a great fucking song.
It's fucking funny. We were at the 80s night last week, and fucking one of the dudes up at the bar is my buddy. We're always talking about fucking motorcycles and engines or whatever, and he's a cop. He's an ex-cop. And one of the things we were talking about 80s music, we were talking about how good it is, and I says, "Yeah, man, it's also relevant." And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's like it says it makes more sense now than it did." And I says, "Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is; it could just be gay as shit. You just fucking love it." He goes, "Yeah, it's funny, like they're putting on fucking Erasure and shit. You're like, this is fucking awesome." Yeah, you know, this cop's going, "Shit's gay as shit, but it makes sense." Yeah, fucking, it's fucking funny, you know.
I was on a Reddit thread the other day, and it was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek Reddit thread. But they're like, "What is the gayest album ever released?"
Shit,
and a bunch of people said Erasure.
Erasure, yeah.
But I would submit that the first Depeche Mode album, Speak and Spell, is way gayer.
Yeah.
Probably
fake gay, though.
Well, because Andy Clark, who would later be in Erasure, was originally in Depeche Mode. For that first album. And yeah, that first Depeche Mode album, if you've never heard it,
sent me a photo of his collection.
Is super, super gay. It's a great album, though.
Zach, you got to get some goth albums, man. Got to get some old goth albums. Get some old Billy Idol. See, look, he's got a little baby collection.
He's got a baby collection.
Yeah,
I have a baby collection too, because all my shit's gone.
He's got a little baby collection. See.
Okay, so he's just starting out.
He's just starting. That's 70s stuff.
He's starting out.
He's got fucking, what is it? He's got Led Zeppelin. What is it? Led Zeppelin 2 or 3. That was the one with fucking Stairway to Heaven in it.
It's too small for me to see.
Yeah, remember that?
That's Janis Joplin.
That one right there. That's Led Zeppelin. That's the one with Stairway to Heaven. And then he's got
so blind, you guys.
he's got fucking Paul McCartney there. I don't remember which one this one is. Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
He's got some Fleetwood Mac.
And then he's got some Janis Joplin.
That's Janis Joplin, yeah.
And he's got
She rules, I like her.
Nick Drake,
yeah. And then
Buckingham Nicks.
So
yeah. That's more
most
Mac.
of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, and then more Fleetwood Mac
Most
rumors.
of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good collection. But that's just a baby collection. Dude, you don't have any Blondie.
It's more
you
curated
need some
nowadays.
70s Blondie. I would get some Doors.
Yeah, you definitely need some Doors.
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit you need to get. Just keep
I'm trying to think of like 70s shit.
Jim Croce.
My dad was a big Jim Croce fan.
I like Jim Croce.
I'm trying to think of like weirder shit from the 70s. Like, I don't know. Maybe like Nico or something. I don't know if he'd be into that though.
70s is Meatloaf.
Nico, I said.
No, Meatloaf.
Oh, Meatloaf.
That's fucking super 70s.
You don't want Meatloaf.
He might though. He's
Yeah,
not
that's true. Paradise by the Dashboard.
Yeah, bat out of hell and shit.
What a fucking hilarious song that is.
Bat out of hell. The fucking motorcycle coming up out of the grave and shit. Yeah.
He was great in Rocky Horror Picture Show, though.
Should probably get Kiss Love Gun. Kiss albums suck though. There'd be like one good song on every album.
You just play that one song over and over. Gramper says Gordon Lightfoot was 70s as fuck. True.
Yeah.
I would submit though. I mean, the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That's a great fucking song.
Yeah.
Like unironically, I think that's a fantastic song.
Yeah, Warren Zevon.
There you
70s,
go.
you
Like,
get some man,
yeah, get some Warren Zevon.
Yeah, Roland the Headless Thompson Gunner.
Oh, that's a good song too.
Yeah. About a fucking
I love
mercenary.
I love those creepy story songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like there's a lot of those. They
in
got
the
fucking betrayed in fucking Biafra and shit. They're fucking fighting in Africa.
Yeah.
CIA killed him, and you just see his headless body fucking strolling through the night. You just in the muzzle flash of his Thompson gun, killing all the commies that betrayed him. Yeah, fucking rolling the headless Thompson Gunner. Good drinking song.
Mm.
Kind of like the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah. Man, now I want to listen to Record of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Although the thing about it, here's the thing too, that it's like, and I know this is gonna sound sideways until I explain it, but it's like one thing about being an MST dork is that sometimes you can't really enjoy songs anymore because they've made jokes about them, and every time you hear the song, you hear the joke. So it's like I can't really explain the context of the joke because it's too complicated, but they did make a joke where they sung part of the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but with different words. And so now every time I hear that song, I hear the joke version.
You might want to try a fucking a Tom Waits album.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love Tom Waits.
Yeah, Tom Waits. I had a couple of his albums. Was there one Something or Other Dogs?
Oh, yeah. Shit, what the fuck is the name of that? Rain Dogs? Was it
Rain Dogs? Rain
Yeah.
Dogs.
There you go.
Rain Dogs, yeah. Good album.
Where was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, Zach said, I need to get into Nico. Always hear people talk
Nico's
about her
good.
stuff.
Nico's proto-goth.
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest the Marble Index, which was quite influential on the goth scene, I feel.
Actually, all Velvet Underground.
All Velvet Underground was
proto-goth music.
Yeah, I really like the Velvet Underground. I mean, the iconic one is, the one that's just called the Velvet Underground and Nico with the banana on the cover that says Andy Warhol on it. That's got all of their.
Now that ended up being very influential in the goth scene later.
Yeah, big time.
And
just in post punk in general.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody was influenced by that.
Yeah, everybody liked that. And Nico kind of had the way she sang is kind of like you would hear that later with like Rose McDowell from fucking Strawberry Switchblade and fucking Current 93, and it kind of had an influence on goth post-industrial folk music, gothic folk music. They call it the what did they call that in England? The folk music. No, there was a term for it. I always called it gothic folk music.
I mean that's what or neo folk.
Neo folk, that's another thing. Gothic neo folk.
Yeah, that's just what they call it.
Which was Death in June, Current 93, some of the stuff that fucking Strawberry Switchblade was kind of like a pop version of it, but Rose ended up working with Current 93 and Death in June.
Both great bands.
And Nature and Organization, which is like a mixture of everybody from the neo folk scene. I was big into that. To me, when you think of goth music, I'm actually thinking of neo folk. To me, that was like super goth. That's not what you heard at clubs, though. You couldn't dance to that.
Well, no, you can't really.
That's what you listened to in your room at night. That's what you were listening to your room.
Smoking your clothes cigarettes.
Smoking your clothes cigarettes. With your fucking canopy bed and shit, rolling around with these chicks. Might not have had a shower in a couple of days. There's no tell, just patchouli. Bitch got patchouli on her. So when's the last time you took a shower? I don't shower. It's bad for your skin. Just like, hey, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Rub that shit off. You know.
That's hilarious. You really,
some of them were like that.
You really sleeping with stinky bitches that didn't shower?
Well, they were. You couldn't smell anything bad because they smelled like fucking patchouli.
Yeah, that'll drown pretty much anything out. To be honest,
it wasn't that bad. The one I was thinking of, because she was shaved. She didn't have any body hair.
Oh, okay. Well, that helps.
So that was, she just wiped shit out.
That helps.
Yeah, it was a fucking.
It's like the Roman gladiators.
Yeah, her name was
just
Heather.
Scrape their fucking.
That was Heather. Heather Morgan.
She was naming and shaming. Although that's a pretty common name, I guess.
Yeah, Heather Morgan. She was up at Mad Ray in Boston. She was a stripper from down the combat zone. Fucking dreadlocks. She was a real cute goth girl, blonde dreadlocks. Good body, but she didn't shower. She just fucking sponge bathed and shit. It's bad for your skin. She's one of those. She's like kind of like a hippie, like a goth hippie.
It's really not.
It's not bad. She's just one.
Well,
of those.
I mean, you got to moisturize for sure.
Yeah.
But like, just washing is actually
just
good.
Like, you're not gonna take a shower? I said, no, it's bad. I can't. I got dreadlocks. It was that kind of thing. I was like,
well, but people with dreadlocks, don't they usually just like put on a shower cap or just like tie it back or something? Because you don't wash it as much. You
can't reason with a 21-year-old goth girl who's got.
But I can't imagine like going a day without showering at least.
She
once
never
or
showered.
Twice.
She never showered.
That's
she shaved. She washed off. She
Yeah.
put makeup on. It was like sponge bath type shit.
Oh, okay, so she wasn't like dirty. She was just kind of.
She wasn't dirty. She just didn't shower. She just would like wash off its fucking things, and
at least
she was constantly changing her makeup and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, she had makeup on all the time, but she was crazy. She was crazy.
It happens.
The goth girls were crazy. They had these ideas. Water, it'll ruin your skin. The soap, it's bad for you.
No liquids.
Yeah, exactly.
Allergic.
No,
to that.
I do not drink liquid. It's like that kind of shit. I do not breathe air. I don't eat. I don't eat any food. I'm a breatharian.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I just breathe in and that's all the food I need. Yeah.
You get all your vitamins and minerals from the air.
But no, hokey belief systems were always in the goth scene.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, but I kind of feel like hokey belief systems are everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're any worse for that. And actually, we might be slightly better. But I don't meet too many crazy people. You know what I mean? Especially the older ones. Because like I said, most of the older ones that are still going out are like our age or older. And they're just like, whatever, fuck that shit. They're kind of like we are. Zach says, High Desert said, my dad liked Judy Collins. Man, I remember her. One of her songs was the ending song for Hereditary. Yeah, that's right. I think that's the first time I'd heard her in a long time. She was a little too mellow for my dad, I guess. He was more a rock and roll guy, but I do remember some of her songs, though. Zach says, ooh, you should do a show about the Edmund Fitzgerald. I did write it down, because we probably should. Gramther says, when y'all come to Detroit, we'll take you to the musty Mariners Cathedral on Fort Street, made famous in the Gordon Lightfoot song.
All right.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Zach says, when I see people who don't wash their hair, I always wonder how they don't get dandruff everywhere. Yeah, it's like everyone's hair is different, and I know that some people have a certain texture of hair that probably doesn't need to be washed every day. But I'm not one of those people. I definitely do have to wash my hair. I can get away with about a day and a half, but then it starts getting limp and kind of greasy. So I gotta wash it pretty much every day. And I gotta condition it every day too. Or otherwise it gets all full of knots.
The girl I'm talking about, she was a little bitty, cute, really tight-bodied, kind of athletic goth girl named Heather. And she was a stripper. She's slightly buck-toothed, which kind of looked cute on her. And she had dreadlocks. They went down to probably about middle of her back. They're blonde. And she had these weird ideas about skin health and hair and shit like that. She says, I can't get my dreadlocks wet because they'll go sour. But she said they'll rot. I was like, okay. And then so just get in the shower. She says, I don't have to do that. She's like, that shit's bad for your skin. So water's bad for your skin. He goes, yeah, it washes the natural oils off. And I was just like, what? So she would just like fucking take a wet rag and just wash her face and wash everything down like that with soap and stuff, and then just wipe it off.
Which, like I said, she was still clean.
She put makeup on and stuff. I thought it was weird at the time.
Yeah,
I still think it's a little bit weird.
It is a little bit weird.
I think it's weird.
But at least she's not saying I can't shower at all, or I can't bathe at all.
She wasn't dirty. She would wash. She just wouldn't shower. And she was like afraid of having too much water on her, so she was.
There is some
like
truth.
A damp towel with maybe some soap. She didn't. There was a bunch of soap she was afraid of, like that will dry your oils.
Now some of the older soaps
like
and stuff did.
Yeah,
so I can see
type soap.
Yeah, so I can see how that would still be like hanging around because
ideas like
that because for a while like certain kinds of soap absolutely would dry your skin out,
right?
Which would kind of crack it and make it look older, but like you don't really have to worry about that anymore because like the stuff they have now like has moisturizers and shit like that.
She would only use like Noxzema on her face to take her makeup off.
Yeah, that's what
And then she would fucking put her.
That's a pretty common. People.
She had like a perfect goth makeup face on at all times with the fucking cat eyes and the fucking she wore fake eyelashes. She was an expensive goth girl. She was a stripper. She made good money in Boston. They made good money at that time. They made more than a working woman, and she was cute. But she was a little crazy too. She'd get on your nerves. Yeah, you couldn't do anything normal.
Yeah.
Anything normal behavior wasn't acceptable. I do not drink water. That kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No fluids. She was like one of those.
That's in case you're wondering, we're referencing the movie Ed Wood.
Yeah, that was goth too. I do not drink fluids.
No.
There was always like some kind of a barrier to everything.
I'm terribly allergic to them.
Yeah. There was always some kind of weird barrier. I can't put socks on. That kind of shit.
It is kind of exhausting being around people.
Yeah,
like I said, I'm kind of like, look, I get everybody has things. There's things I don't like and shit like that. But I'm pretty laid back as far as that goes. If other people like doing a thing and I don't like doing a thing, I'm like, okay, well that's you and I'm me. So it's like you do that and I'm not gonna do that. It's like it's all good.
Yeah. I cannot go out tonight. I must clip my toenails. It was that kind of shit. Stupid shit.
Like, okay. Right. How long does that take? Reasonably,
it's just like I gotta wash my hair, that kind of thing. But she didn't wash her hair. I was like, how you wash it?
So it's like,
I have dreads. You don't wash them. She was like that.
Yeah, you generally don't.
And I was like, so they're just dirty? They are not dirty. That kind of shit. And she was just bathed in patchouli. Wherever she went, the whole fucking club could smell her. But that wasn't unusual in those days in the goth scene.
True.
Yeah, but fucking normies would you go through the fucking subway and shit, go through the T system and the normies would be like, what the fuck? Because she's like from another planet. And they could probably smell her from across the fucking train car.
Yeah, patchouli is
patchouli's
pretty
strong.
Pungent.
It doesn't smell bad. It's just
I like that smell.
Very
actually,
herbal,
but it is very pungent.
Real pungent.
You can smell it from like a long way away.
It smells like frankincense, frankincense and myrrh, burial shroud, fucking herbs.
Yeah, I
was
like
something from a funeral.
Like I said, I always really like that smell.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I can say like a lot of hippies used to use it because it would cover up weed.
Yeah,
smell.
You would like you probably would have liked. You probably would have liked Heather. She was young though, young and dumb.
Yeah, I mean we all were at that time.
The best thing the coolest thing about Heather is that she had tiny fucking feet. They looked like feet on a child. You know what I'm talking about? They were like disproportionately little feet.
I mean, I have little feet, but not that little.
No, little, like fucking size 5. You know what I mean? Like she's probably about maybe 5 feet tall, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe 4'11".
It's a pretty.
But her feet were like this, like baby feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
That's pretty funny.
She was cute. Yeah.
Yeah, David Brown said about Chuck Norris dying. Yeah, we had a whole discussion about that at the beginning of the show. But yeah. Grampter says, about Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, the crew is still down there. trapped in the ship compartments at 400 below and 35 degree temperature.
Yeah, I've seen photographs of
just
the damn
floating about in a watery grave.
Yeah, I've seen
That's so spooky.
Seen a photo of the fucking captain there at the fucking in the helms room, and he's just fucking almost frozen. It's just like a green face blown up. You see his uniform and everything. It's creepy.
That's really creepy.
Creepy, yeah.
Like, I'm not in. I don't like the ocean, or I know it's Great Lakes, but you know what I mean. I'm not into that mariner kind of shit. But
he's in his uniform. He just looks like a man.
But all that kind of like shipwrecks and ghost ships and all that kind of stuff. That's always been so.
I think it was the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's in the Great Lakes, but it's cold water and it's deep, and he just looks like a man made out of mold.
Yeah.
He's been down there for decades.
Yeah, Gramper says, like countless other sailors who died in 10,000 shipwrecks on the Great Lakes over the centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of shipwrecks in the Great Lakes. Yeah, CB says the body was found in 1994. Pictures are on Google. Yeah, Gramper said there was a crew of 30 on the Fitzgerald. Most were from Cleveland.
Yeah, DVD Dragon says she needed that good soap made from the rendered fat liposucked out of them asses of them upper middle class women. That would have been perfect. Goth girls would buy that shit.
Ass fat soap.
Okay, ass fat from fucking up from rich girl ass fat soap. They'd buy that shit fucking by the gallons. That'd be awesome.
I'd market it like that.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah. If you had it all gothic
with
the vampire fucking
a little
bats and
booty.
shit. Yeah,
like a big booty
out
with
of
a
the
bat
fucking
on it.
fattest asses of the fucking most middle class fucking upper middle class.
Don't waste that shit.
Fat bitch ass. So they'd be fucking buying that. Yeah,
although nowadays I feel like most people are having fat injected back into their asses.
well, what they would do is they would rub it on their fucking ass and thighs, hoping to gain size.
That's not how that works.
That's what, but it's it's like magic. It's like magic.
It's like sympathetic magic.
Like sympathetic.
I'm just gonna this ass fat soap. I'm gonna rub it on my ass and hope that my ass gets bigger. That's not how that works though. You'd pretty much have to inject the fat directly in there, and even then I don't think it would work because it would just kind of float around. You'd have to get a surgeon to do it. So Tom was telling me that sometimes like women in Brazil that wanted like a bigger butt and couldn't afford to go to like a surgeon and have it done like a normal person, they would inject like fucking what the fuck did he like some kind of like the silicone that you'd buy at like the car parts store and shit like that. And not surprisingly, this did not go well because they didn't really know what they were doing. You know, I can't imagine. I can't imagine like doing that to myself. I really can't. You know what I mean? Just do some squats. It's fine. You know. Zach says my hair is wavy as fuck and I have cowlicks, and if I don't wash it daily, shit gets itchy. Yeah, mine is like because for a while I was thinking, well, it's like maybe because I'd heard, well, you don't technically have to wash it every day. Some people do, some people don't. Depends on what the hair texture is like. So sometimes I'd be like, oh, I'll wash it every other day or every third day or something like that. But then I started to notice that like after like that I would not wash it one day and then the next day would be fine, but then like halfway through the day like it would start getting like limp and like kind of greasy. So because I hate fucking washing my hair every day. It's so tedious. And mine isn't even that high maintenance, honestly. It's just kind of like I said, it's kind of thick and it's kind of fine. So it's like you wash it, fine, and then I just condition like the ends. I don't do the top, but I just do like but still, even if I condition it, like when I get out, it's like still knots and knots and knots, and you have to sit there and work all the knots out, and then it takes like fucking forever like to dry. Because I don't like to blow dry it because that will actually damage your hair if you do it too much. CB said Gordon Lightfoot's song Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, he donated the money to the families of the victims. Yeah. That was nice of him. That's a great song, honestly. I really like that song. Has anybody done a goth cover of that? That seems like a prime candidate for doing a goth cover of.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll do one.
You can do that.
That would be, because I love that song. That would be really cool.
I'm seeing if I can find Heather Morgan.
Another song I was thinking the other day, because I used to really like it when I was a kid, is I would like to do like a goth version of The Horse with No Name. Remember that song?
The what?
Horse with No Name.
Oh, yeah, from America.
Been through the desert.
Yeah. I think it was America that did
yeah,
that.
yeah. I used to love that fucking song. It's still a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said it's a sad song. Yeah, I like sad songs. I like sad songs. And I don't know. I'd be surprised if like a goth band hadn't covered one of those. Because there were some older songs that were kind of spooky.
That's her. That's her later.
Okay.
That's her. This is her later in life.
Is that her paintings?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, that's Heather. Yeah, I dated her for a while.
Count Orlok showed up.
See if I can find a
Hi,
fucking,
everyone. Happy
See if I
Friday.
can find like a goth picture of her.
Zach says goth cover of Neil Young. I should get a copy of Harvest. Yeah, some Neil Young songs would probably make good goth covers. Like I said, we've talked about Death in Rome before, who do like uber gothy covers, like almost like gothy neo-folk covers.
Yeah.
But they do them of like songs you wouldn't think. Like they did like Take on Me, like that Aha song, or Love is a Battlefield by Pat Benatar, or Pump Up the Jams. Did they do Barbie Girl?
I don't know.
I don't remember if they did Barbie Girl. But they did songs that were like, that you wouldn't think would like be goth songs. They did Careless Whisper, which I guess that could, But then they like gothed them out and you're like, oh, okay, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But
That's her. She had dreadlocks back then.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not dreadlocks.
No, it's not her. But she had dreadlocks. I'm trying to find some old pictures of her.
Yeah. Well, she might not have.
She didn't save them.
I always wondered too if anybody had ever done a goth cover of "In the Air Tonight," that Phil Collins song.
That'd be a good one.
That would be a good one to do.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if somebody hadn't already done that. I found like because I was looking for my Spotify, I was looking for like modern goth bands doing 80s covers. And it was kind of hard to search for. I did find a few, but like usually it was kind of stuff that you would think. I did find a cool, I don't remember the band that did it, but I did find a cool cover of Sounds of Silence, the Simon and Garfunkel, and a couple versions of the Metro, but that's already kind of a dark new wave song, you know what I mean? So it's not like you had to do much to it to goth it up. I think Switchblade Symphony covered that Madonna song.
Which one?
What song did they do? Shit, I can't remember now. It's
No,
on.
they
It's
covered
on.
a Dolly Parton song.
Yeah, well, so did Sisters of Mercy. Sisters of Mercy did Jolene,
Yeah.
and Sister of Mercy did some like weird fucking covers. They did Gimme Shelter, which is great. They did Emma, which was actually like a hot chocolate song, so it was like an R&B, and but it's a sad, like it's a story song, and it's a sad story. So they covered that. I'm trying to think of what else. Then they covered like some obvious ones, like I think they did 1969, that Iggy and the Stooges or whatever, and but yeah, they did Jolene. It was pretty funny with that fucking drum machine.
I just remember Duran Duran's
Cover of Paint It Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't they? They did a whole ass cover album, didn't they? Because didn't people didn't people laugh at them because they did 911 as a joke?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Which is like pretty funny, like to have like white British dudes doing doing that fucking song. It was a little cringy. I think they did. That was the Wedding album, right? Wasn't that the name of that? Didn't they do a Velvet Underground cover? Did they do All Tomorrow's Parties, or am I high? Because Nick Cave covered that as well. But I can't remember. I know that I'm pretty sure they did a Velvet Underground song. And I knew it was one that had been covered by somebody else elsewhere. Zach said, oh, I should get Simon and Garfunkel too. Yeah, you should. I quite like Simon and Garfunkel. Actually.
They had a really good live album. I think it might have been a double live album where they were in, was it fucking Gorky? No, when they were in Central Park.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was a live concert. One of their best performances. It was probably like very early 80s, late 70s.
Count Orlok said, I always thought Against All Odds by Phil Collins would make a great dark metal song, like by Typo Negative. Yeah, you might be onto something there. Was it Typo Negative that covered Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts. Wasn't that typo negative?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Because I have that on my Spotify too, I think.
That was a good song to begin with.
That was a good song to begin with.
Hard to fuck that up.
Yeah, Against All Odds would actually be good. That's actually a decent song. I mean, Phil Collins is very like. This is funny because like Tom was at the biker bar earlier today, and he was saying like, some bikers here, but they weren't playing country music, but they were kind of playing. He's like, "Oh, Tina Turner's on. Like, what's love got to do with it?" I was like, "Well, that's better than country music, right?" And then he sent me a thing, like a audio thing, and like Huey Lewis was on, "Power of Love."
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't hear Huey Lewis without thinking of American Psycho.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah, but you could also fucking sometimes you hear Huey Lewis and I think of fucking Back to the Future 1.
I mean that too.
You know, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
That particular Huey Lewis in the News album was fucking just every fucking where. And Phil Collins. It was ridiculous. That shit was overplayed as hell.
I don't mind it as much as I did back then, but yeah, it was just like it was on all
every
the fucking
fucking
time. All the fucking time. But yeah, I don't mind a lot of that music as much as I did at the time, because just like you don't hear it, as much.
Yeah.
Shit, we were over at the neighbor's house today taking care of the cats, and we were so happy because the lady's not coming to get the cats until Monday. So we have to go over there a couple times a day still and feed them and play with them and stuff. And for all this time, like, we couldn't figure out how to turn their fucking TVs on because I don't think they don't have any Wi-Fi and their TVs aren't working and all this other kind of shit. And I was like, man, I feel bad like leaving these cats in here and it's like quiet, like it's creepy. And I was like, I'm sure they would probably like to think there was some voices or activity or something. So yesterday, finally, we were kind of farting around and we found like a stereo, and the stereo worked. So we turned it on, and so we turned some music on for them, so there's DJs and music and stuff, just so they had something to listen to, so they would think there was somebody in there, that they weren't by themselves. But the station that was on, I didn't change the station or nothing, but it was just like I guess it's a classic rock station, because they were playing like, with Whitesnake when we were over there today, and then Bananarama came on.
Yeah.
Like when we were leaving. But Counterlock said Jenny, there's a singer from Romania who sings like Peter Steele but covers classic songs, one of which is Hungry Like the Wolf. Now, see, I'm going to have to look that up too. Now, I think the funniest or the best cover of Hungry Like the Wolf was by, who the fuck was that? They're like a pop punk ska band. Oh man, what the fuck are they called? But it's pretty hilarious. Like, my sister sent it to me like a long time ago. I'll remember it later. Granther said Typo Negative did a great cover of Cinnamon Girl. Yeah. That's right. Didn't they do a whole covers album too, I feel like? Because like I said, I know Summer Breeze one because that's on my Spotify. But yeah, Counterlock said they covered Summer Breeze and Cinnamon Girl. Like they did a lot of covers. Yeah, Counterlock said I'll find the artist for you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, who God damn it, who did that fucking, was it Real Big Fish? Is that right? I think it might have been Real Big Fish that did the Hungry Like the Wolf cover. Like I said, my sister sent it to me a long time ago, and it's fucking hilarious. It's like an upbeat, like kind of ska version of it. It's like super super funny. But I don't know. I thought it was hilarious anyway. Because my sister is really into. She likes a lot of punk and ska. She likes some of the same stuff I like too. Like we have some overlap, but she's a lot more into that kind of rockabilly. She likes that kind of stuff. Zach says, goth cover of Push It by Salt and Peppa, and then play it in the maternity ward. That would be really
Actually, there's a goth cover of Pump Up the Jams.
Yeah, like I was saying, Death in June does a great cover.
It's not Death, it's Death in Rome.
Death in Rome.
Death in Rome. And it's
I said
really
it right
good.
like before.
They do it in the Death in June fucking neo-folk style. There's a Pump Up the Jams. And they do it fucking in the German National Socialist version of it. Pump up the jams. Pump up the jams. And then and they said, instead of get your booty on the dance floor, get your boots on the dance floor.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Because Germans don't have booties. They have boots. That's it.
Well, and goth industrial people.
Yeah, you get your
we do have
boots
booties,
on the dance floor.
but also we have boots. And we go out there and do stompy.
I want a place to stay. Beach boots on the floor tonight. Make my day. Yeah, make my day. And they're playing the fucking drums like it's the Hitler Youth and shit. Fucking playing it. It's fucking hilarious.
And then they use like a lot of kind of samples from like old Eastern European
like
movies and
40s.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking awesome. Like I said, I think "Love Is a Battlefield" is my favorite cover.
Yeah, all
that they
80s
did.
hits. They'll do 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
If you guys want to hear some wild shit, man, right here on YouTube. Death in Rome.
Yeah.
You can find any fucking song that you like, and they have a cover of it.
They did a bunch.
It's a whole band of covers. They have some original shit, but they like to do covers of the cheesiest 80s and 90s songs ever, and they turn that shit into gothic post-industrial folk music.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
In the Death in June style. And the Death in June style was like Germanic paganism. It was kind of like Germanic paganism and fucking kind of like proto-German National Socialism. They weren't Nazi per se, but something that was kind of Nazi-esque. Fucking the lead singer of Death in June was a dude named Douglas Pierce. So he was a real cool dude. He was British. He was gay, and he just loved fucking the imagery of German fascism and fucking German paganism and stuff. And he made like a gothic version of it. It's Death in June's really good, really good.
Okay, counter like that. Jenny's name is Dennis or Denis Pauna, I guess. Tom, I can send you a link if you want. Yeah, I wrote it down. I can find it. Okay. Zach says, I keep seeing a copy of What's Going On by Marvin Gaye at the record store I go to. I'm kind of interested in getting. My God, he was hot. Yeah. I mean, Marvin Gaye is pretty awesome. That's a great fucking song. What's Going On?
Yeah.
A lot of people have covered that, too, now that I'm thinking about it. And let me see. You know what? I kind of want to, now you're bringing up that Duran Duran cover, Painted Black. I kind of want to listen to the Wedding album again. Because I remember listening to it one time, but then I was like, I don't know. They did used to do cover songs every now and then. I mean, they covered Fame early on, like in 1981. I think it was just a B-side, though. Live, they used to do Make Me Smile, Come Up and See Me by Cockney Rebel, which was great. Like, they did a live cover. I don't remember. I feel like it was on an extended version of Arena, maybe. I don't remember where I got it from, but it's a great fucking cover. It's live. And they did that, but I feel like they hadn't really done a lot of covers up to then. They were a real cover-oriented band, you know? They mostly had their original shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, right.
It's getting late.
You already worn out because you
getting worn up, man. Yeah.
Because he went to the bar.
Yeah. I mean, we can work a little bit longer.
Yeah. But, it's all right. It's not even 10:00 yet. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
We can go for a little bit. You can survive.
Yeah, I can survive.
I mean, you got up earlier than you normally get up.
Yeah.
Like I always get up at like 6 in the morning because Bambi wakes me up.
Right.
Like, hey, feed me.
I was thinking about maybe getting some food too.
I don't know, man.
They got food downstairs.
I don't know if I could eat anymore.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I could.
Because I know you could, but like,
I could eat.
Because you guys, we told everybody we were on.
Yeah, we're doing GLP-1.
Right? Well, you're in GLP-1.
Yeah,
and you know how it says in the commercial that, it's like, main side effect, nausea?
Oh, yeah.
They're not kidding.
Yeah, make it real nauseous.
So I'm like, is this how it makes you lose weight? Because it's like, even the thought of eating makes you feel like you want to hurl.
It burns a lot of fucking fat off.
Because that's how I'm feeling. I have been eating. It's just I don't feel like eating. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of like thinking about it makes me kind of like queasy.
Yeah, and that's not why you lose weight.
No.
You'd lose weight.
I mean, it helps.
You would lose weight even if you were eating. It's just it mobilizes fat reserves. You just start burning fat.
I mean, I started taking it. It just makes
you feel really sick.
Yeah, I started taking it like a few days ago.
Yeah.
And or like, was it last Friday we started?
About a week. We've been on it for a week.
So I think it's been like a week. And And like I immediately, like the day after, I was like, I got up and I was just heaving. You know what I mean? And it comes and goes. Like it's not. I don't feel like that all the time. It's worse in the morning. But I have not felt like eating at all. And Tom's like, we got to eat. I'm like, I know I got to eat.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, I'll have like a little bit of something and I'm just struggling. Like I'm struggling to eat it. And I'm just like, man, I think I'm going to barf. And it's like, and it's bad. I mean, I think it'll probably wear off, but.
Yeah, it's supposed to get better.
You know, and I don't really need that much food anyway. I'm all right. But Granther says, best cover ever, Hurt by Johnny Cash. That's up there.
That's good, yeah.
He also covered The Mercy Seat by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, which is hilarious. Okay, so my sister, she actually likes Nick Cave as well, but she heard the Johnny Cash version of The Mercy Seat before the Nick Cave one. And I think the weird thing is I think a lot of people think that Nick Cave covered Johnny Cash, but actually it's the other way around. Mercy Seat was a Nick Cave song, and Johnny Cash covered it. Same with the Nine Inch Nails Hurt song. And I played her the original Mercy Seat. There are actually two versions, because the version that Nick Cave used to do live was closer to the Johnny Cash one. But the one that's on the album, Tender Prey, which came out in 84? No, 86. 88? I don't remember. Somewhere around there. Mid-80s. Is totally different. It's a fucking banger, though. I love that fucking song. That's not my favorite album of his, but it's in the top 3. I think probably my favorite's Henry's Dream, but I'm not real sure. What's making you barf? GLP-1.
GLP-1.
It's generic Ozempic is what it is.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Ozempic.
But
a bunch of different companies are selling it.
Yeah, they said it's very common. Like nausea is the most common side effect, and I was like, yeah, they weren't kidding. I didn't know. Because when I first took it, I was kind of like, I feel fine. You know what I mean? But then, like, I took, like, another dose, and then, like, the following morning, I was like, oh, I see what they're talking about.
Yeah, I learned about how to use it, so I started buying it. My dealers had it. And I was just like, I only have to lose, like, another maybe 6-7 pounds, and I'll probably be good. Jen wants to lose about 20.
Yeah, I would like to.
Which, on that shit, only... you could lose 20 in like 2 months.
I already lost 3. And
it just fucking burns it off you.
But and I've only been on it for a few days.
It fucking punishes you.
Yeah, and like I said, it just makes me... I mean, that's not bad because, like, you know, I can't eat a lot anyway, but it's like it really makes me feel like not eating.
Yeah, you feel like you want to throw up. But they say it gets better as the weeks go on. It's not as bad. But you just don't feel like eating. Mm-mm. You have to fucking force feed yourself.
I'm not hungry, and like I said, yes, I have to eat, but it's like, man, I'm having a hard time.
Yeah.
Like I'll eat a few bites, and I'm just like, ugh, I can't.
Yeah. And we're banged up with fucking anabolics to keep us from losing muscle mass while we're not eating. Yeah. Because a lot of people will take it, and not only will they lose fat, they'll lose muscle too because they're not eating. Yeah. But we don't want to lose muscle. We just want to use fat.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'm trying to like not starve, even though I don't feel like eating. But I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, but I see why people don't want to eat on it. Eating is not real pleasurable. Mm-mm. It kind of comes and goes. Where sometimes you go, oh, I'm not starving, and you'll eat. You'll be halfway through it, and you're like, oh,
I don't feel
good. Yeah. But that's not why you're losing weight. You're losing weight because it's fucking commanding your body to fucking get rid of all that fucking fat. So you have excess. You have a lot of energy. You're burning your fat reserves. And because you're burning fat reserves, I guess you don't feel hungry because you have energy.
It's like you have
energy.
The calories right there.
Yeah. And if you eat, all of a sudden you feel nauseous because your body's like,
too much.
You don't need that. You don't need plenty. That. Yeah. I think
that's what. Yeah. I'm trying to I'm trying to mitigate. You know what I mean? It's like. We got a super chat from High Desert. Thank you very much. Just in case you need a snack.
Thank you.
Cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Grandpa says my doctor put me on Cialis for my prostate.
Yeah.
But the heartburn was so bad, I had no thanks.
That shouldn't give you any heartburn.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it does to some people. You didn't have heartburn on it, though.
No. There's a bunch of shit, man. Look, those doctors don't know that much. You need to be on tests.
Well, and everybody's different, too.
You need to be on... Yeah, it depends on what your body weight is, but I would still be on testosterone.
I gotta pee.
I would fucking... Cialis is okay, but Viagra's better. I'd be on that. And then I would be on fucking HCG. which is human gonadotropin. And the thing is that he's not going to give that to you because your insurance isn't going to pay for that. So what I did is I don't give anybody fucking monthly payments on insurance. I go straight to the fucking gray market and then have international brokers get all this stuff for me. Because all that stuff's over the counter in other countries. And I have him send it to me. And then I get anabolic steroids on top of that, depending on what I'm doing. And then eat, diet, and training. And it's just... And it depends on which ones, people go, a lot of people are fucking scared, cowardly when it comes to steroids. They don't know, they just hear, oh, steroids, that's bad for you. They don't know what they're talking about. There's a fucking million of those things, and there's different ways that you use them, and they're not all the same. The best ones I've found are fucking testosterone, nandrolone, and equipoise. For me, those are the best ones. All injectables, no pills. Pills are too liver toxic.
What ones are?
Pills are liver toxic. You want to fucking inject if you're going to inject anabolics.
Yeah, right.
Bypass the liver. But some people aren't ready for biotechnology, Other people have been doing it successfully for decades. Some people are ahead of the game. They got guys that are in fucking 60s, late 60s right now. They just look fucking fantastic. And they've been doing this shit for 30 years already. But they were way ahead of the game. They were in gyms. They had the educations. They knew what they were doing. And they understood what the technology should be. And they stuck to their protocols. That takes money. But they saved a lot of money, too, because they didn't have all these other fucking health problems. They just replaced the hormones that they lost. And some of the times they replace these hormones with synthetic... Well, they're always a synthetic replacement of the hormone or a synthetic improved version of the hormone. And that's all steroids are. It's a synthetic improved version of testosterone. That's all it is.
DVD Dragon says some people have quit smoking on it. I'm assuming he means... GLP-1 because that's what we were talking about.
Probably, yeah.
I could see that.
GLP-1, fucking, all my research has been positive. The risk to reward for people in our age group is quite good because
I'm not worried about it.
Because you're sidestepping fucking cardiovascular problems. As long as you don't abuse it. You look at Kelly fucking Osbourne, it looks like she's fucking abusing the shit out of it.
I don't follow a lot of celebrities or anything like that, but I noticed somebody had posted a picture of her and her mom, and I was like, that's Kelly Osbourne? I was like, she's unrecognizable.
She looks bulimic, if you ask me.
She does, yeah.
And Kelly Osbourne was a cute girl. She had chubby cheeks like her dad. She didn't need to become Skeletor, but that and really her weight is so down that that doesn't look good on her.
I kind of noticed that some actresses, they must all be on that shit because I've noticed that like a whole contingent of them has gotten like real skeletal lately.
Yeah, it's GLP-1.
I think that's probably what they
And they realize this is easy. They just keep taking it.
I don't really want to do that. I said,
come off of it.
I'd like to knock off about 20 pounds and then see how that looks and then stop. I don't really want to. Or at least go to a really low maintenance dose.
Yeah, they have low maintenance dose where you're taking like a fucking 1/4 milligram per week.
Which is like nothing. Now I'm doing 2 milligrams per week, which, like I said,
that's a little below. That's standard.
Which is
2.5 is
which still makes me feel like I want to throw up all the time.
Yeah,
but it's
I'm doing half of that. I'm just doing 1 milligram, and it makes me feel sick. But I've already lost like 3 or 4 pounds in a week.
Yeah, like I said, I lost 3 pounds.
3 pounds
in a week.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And I already didn't have much to lose.
You have a lot less.
I'll be shredded in 2 months.
To lose than I do.
In 2 months, I'll be shredded. I'll be in single-digit percentages. I'll be 9% body fat in about 2 weeks. I'll look good. Better take my shirt off, fucking in like that on the dance floor, popping a cock out and shit, fucking. Jen and all her friends worshiping. That shit would be fantastic. We'll have fucking cell phones going. I'll have that shit up on Instagram.
He's gonna have a photo of like his dick out with like
Dick,
all these
just
women
dick,
going.
Dick the size of a goddamn coffee can. Just fucking,
I'm gonna AI that shit. That'd be so funny.
It's fucking ridiculous. Fucking. I'm already starting to get a bit of a six pack. So
Yeah, you do. You do.
yeah,
Like,
it's coming in. I don't want to show my shit off until it's just like washboard. It's just fucking like IFBB level, fucking pro level.
Zach sent us another super chat. Thank
What's up,
you
Zach?
very much. You guys are being very generous this evening.
Thank you very much.
Just don't let them do to you what they did to Stevie Nicks and put her on a thrice daily dose of Klonopin for 8 years. Yeah, I don't.
Klonopin, that's a sedative.
Yeah, like I don't want to do anything like that.
I think Klonopin,
like I
that's
said,
like morphine.
yeah, I'm not interested in doing that kind of stuff.
Fuck no.
I'm interested in goal oriented.
Yeah, we take high performance drugs.
Shit.
Building
Like,
muscle, reducing fat,
yeah.
being stronger, more
That
endurance.
kind of stuff. I'm not interested in other kind of.
We go out,
drugs.
we work out, and then we go to the fucking club and we fucking dance all night. And the next fucking morning we wake up, man, we got a lot of cardio. So we got to recover from the shit.
Goth dancing is very
All
cardio
fucking night.
intensive. Gonna go out tomorrow.
I will out dance people in their 20s.
Tomorrow night's Memento Mori, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, my feet will be literally killing me.
Full
like,
body ache and shit. And we're and we're on and we're on gear. We're on stuff, and it's fucking.
Man, I remember last week, like I danced and like I didn't notice it because I was dancing and busy and kind of drunk and stuff. But man, when I was walking out to the car, I'm like, oh my god, my feet hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Like I could barely make it to the car because my feet hurt so bad. But I didn't think about it like when I was actually in it.
No, at the time you don't think about it.
Yeah, you don't really think about it. Counterologue says, oh, I just remembered that Typo Negative also covered Day Tripper by the Beatles. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. DVD Dragon says Cialis is fun at the gym, I heard. Great pump at the gym. Yeah. Tom's done both. Tom's done both. He's done Cialis and
What?
You've done Cialis and Viagra.
I've done them both. Yeah. I prefer. They're both good.
Didn't you say like Viagra? You said was like more potent, I guess.
Viagra feels better, and I've noticed that fucking. See, the thing is that a lot of guys that are in the body fucking building scene, they're on these drugs, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with fucking. We can get them pretty cheap, because we're going through the same international brokers. We're paying like less than $1 a pill.
Yeah.
So we can take 1 pill a day, okay, and that's pretty reasonable. When you're a normal build kind of guy, you have 30% body fat and not a lot of fucking muscle on you. Don't be gumpy, You take a fucking Viagra pill, the only thing you're gonna notice is like when you pop a hard on, it'll be fucking bigger and fucking harder and fucking, longer.
Longer lasting.
Yeah, you'll notice that. Because that's all you got. But if you're fucking got a lot of muscle mass on you and you take fucking Viagra, it's a totally different effect. You go into your fucking private gym and just do a couple of fucking lifts. Alright? Like fucking 5 reps of a fucking bench press. Maybe like 5 curls. Maybe do like 5 squats on your fucking squat machine. You will fucking get fucking jacked. And you'll stay like that all fucking day.
Yeah, because all it does, it just kind of opens up.
It opens up all those damn blood vessels.
Your blood vessels is what it does.
Yeah.
It's not dick specific.
So it's not just dick specific. It's all over your body.
Yeah.
And if you're under the effects of either Cialis or Viagra, when you're lifting and working out, your blood flow throughout all the muscle, the entire body is a lot better. And it's taking all those anabolic steroids and all that testosterone and all the drugs that you're taking. It's taking it deeper into your fucking body and into your cells. So it's the circulation of these drugs that you're taking is a lot better. And then when you're done with that fucking workout, you're just fucking strong. You're jacked. You're 3D like crazy. You don't look flat. You're like, boom, everything's round. And you're like that all fucking day. And you're warmed up. You're strong. You can just grab something. There's no warm-up time. So, Cialis and Viagra in the bodybuilding scene, it's not so much sexual performance. You have that, but that's not why they're taking that. They're taking it because there's a big, fantastic, synergistic effect with all the other shit that you're taking. It's helping to deliver it. And when you're under the effects of high performance fucking drugs and Viagra, working out, when you come out of your workout, you're strong, man, all day. You know, Steve Austin level. Fucking the Bionic Man. Yeah, you just feel good.
That's when you just start playing Bionic Man.
You walk around like that, like,
when you walk
fucking dick.
So every time you move your arm, I'll make the noise.
Yeah, you're so strong. Everything is now in slow motion. You're running. Yeah, the eye.
Oh my god, we need to make a video.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking fun.
Yeah, you're like that on that shit.
Yeah, DVD Dragon says Kelly Osbourne looks like the woman from Mars Attacks now.
Yeah.
And Victor showed up not too long ago.
So,
hey, Victor, what's up? Skeletal actresses are back in. The 90s are back. Yeah, it definitely does seem like heroin chic is coming back in.
It's because GLP-1 is not
I think
generic.
that's why.
Used to be that shit.
Because you just saw it like suddenly when GLP hit the market.
Yeah. Well, Ozempic was out there, but it was all patented. So they wanted like $600 a month for that shit.
Which
now you can get a generic version, just GLP-1, it's like $100 a month.
Yeah.
And you can lose fucking 10 pounds a month.
Like I said, it'll make you feel like you want to throw up all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna be sick. Yeah.
But you know, depends.
Yeah.
On how much you want to. Like I said, I don't mind it all that much because I'm just kind of like I'm not gonna stay on it that long. It's just
2-3 months probably.
Yeah, I don't really want to.
You just have to see what it looks like.
I just want to see what it looks like after I use up this.
Then we could trail it down to like next to nothing and just fucking use it as a maintenance and then come off it slowly, just see.
Yeah, because when you gave me the first injection, it was just 0.5 milligram.
0.5 milligram. No.
Or 1 milligram.
1 milligram.
And that didn't.
And I gave you another milligram.
And then and that's when I started feeling sick.
Yeah.
Because I was like 2 or 3 days with just 1 milligram, and I felt
I gave
fine.
you 1 milligram, and then a couple days later I gave you another milligram.
Then the next morning I was just kind of like, oh.
Your dose is 2 milligrams a week. You can get 10 milligrams for about $100, but then you got to pay shipping. So you might as well get multiple bottles.
And it takes a while.
It takes a while for it to get here.
But it's cheaper than buying it here.
Yeah, here it's about $4.60 for 10 milligrams.
Yeah, and fuck that.
$4.50.
Can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
Can't afford that shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what High Desert was saying about Kelly Osbourne. It's like, what happened to her? She does look like death warmed over. Yeah, I think that's why.
GLP-1.
I think everybody started taking GLP-1 and like and
abusing
went a little crazy with it. Seems.
Well, when it becomes easy to lose fat, they, give an inch, they want to fucking take a mile, Give somebody a rope and want to be a fucking cowboy. That kind of shit.
Well, they're kind of like, well,
it's now easy.
If skinny is good, then even skinnier is better.
Yeah. And
which,
nah, there's certain women that have the genetics and the fucking frame to where they look pretty good skinny.
Yeah. Some people do. They're just that they have that build.
Our friend Sonia looks great skinny.
But that's her natural build.
That's her natural build.
I mean, now she doesn't eat much either. But she doesn't. She's a tiny woman.
She's little and she's skinny.
She's 4'11", and she's always been very, very thin. And that's just what she looks like.
She looks good with clothes. You take clothes off, there's not much there other than implants. Little skinny chick with fucking implants. It's nothing compared to some of these fucking full-figured, fucking beefy, fucking full-figured, fucking Instagram chicks with the little waists and the big, No, it's not like that. Most dudes like curves. So that's what I'm talking about. We're making fun of Kelly Osbourne. Kelly Osbourne genetically should have been a girl that had a lot of curves. So she shouldn't really be fucking with GLP-1 that much. Yeah, you take it to knock 20 pounds off you so you're not fat. But she should be a medium build.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't even recognize her for a second.
She should be medium build with a little chubby face and boobs. She'd be better with just big implants, little waist, and big butt. Short little legs, big thighs. That is a fucking great look. But they got some girls, they've been brainwashed to thinking that you're supposed to look skinny no matter what your skeleton is like. And that guys like skinny girls. No. Girls like skinny girls, I think. Guys don't like skinny girls. Guys like curvy girls. That's what fucking, fucking Russ Meyer's movies, were all about that, Most guys like that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different, like I said.
Most guys like a feminine. look, which is
Yeah.
hourglass, big boobs, tits and ass, and fertile. She looked fertile. In a nightclub, on a dance floor, in clothes, little skinny chick, she might look very elegant, you know what I mean? But when the clothes come off and comes time to, let's get this shit on, the full figure girl's going to win out. It just is.
Victor says skinny dudes are usually hung as fuck.
I've heard that from
I've
fucking
heard that.
ex-girlfriends.
I've heard that also. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that also. I can't say that I
might be
have a high enough body count to really make that. I mean, it would just be
might be some kind of
a very small sample size.
Might be some kind of genetic correlation, or there might be a kind of a optical illusion because the guy has a very low body weight. His fucking abdominal wall is tighter up against his body,
and that makes the dick
and
look
everything might look a little bit bigger. So a 6-inch dick looks more like a 7 or an 8-inch dick, but no, it's a 6-inch dick. And then you put 30, 40
That's
pounds
still a
on that guy.
respectable size.
He's now fat. His 6-inch dick doesn't look as big
because it's like buried.
because it's now it's buried. So it might be some shit like that.
It's possible. Yeah, I don't know. I
don't
don't
worry about it. I laugh at that. I laugh at 6 inches.
Like I said, that's a completely respectable size.
Yeah, that's respectable. That most women will say that they're happy with that, depending on how tall that woman is and how big she is or whatever. They have size queens out there though. They make no mistake.
Yeah, true.
Fucking. And fucking me and Jen have a background of making fucking our own pornography and shit sometimes, and selling it. I like porn and fucking bigger looks better on camera. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what women are looking for, but on camera that shit looks a lot better.
Because I feel like in general, and like I said, we've said before, like over a certain size, there's diminishing returns. Because a lot of women are just not going to like it because it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be painful.
One of the big players would be Dredd, and Dredd's been in the porn scene for a long time. He's pretty big. He's probably about 11 inches, and maybe a little bit more. And I have heard with my own ears, girls in the porn industry talking about him. They like him. He's a great guy. They say he's real fun to work with and shit. But they were just saying like, yeah, that guy, if it wasn't for porn, he'd never get laid. Because girls run from that when they see it. Like,
because they're like,
trying to talk their way out of that shit.
Yeah, because it's going to be fucking painful. It's not going to be that fun an experience for you.
So there's some diminishing returns. The dude with the biggest dick, fucking, I've seen interviews with him, and he's a British guy, and he's a little fucking, you would never suspect this dude, but he's like on record, all right? And he says it's a huge problem in his life. He can barely get laid.
Yeah.
And his shit is like the size of a fucking thermos.
Yeah.
And he can't have normal sex. He has to have like a big fucking cocksock, and women fucking jerk him off. And he says it's always an extreme. And you look at him, he looks like Bilbo Baggins. Okay, he's like one of the Bagginses. All right, there's nothing sexy about this dude. But he says that fucking he's kind of a dweeb, And he says that the reactions were always kind of fucking very extreme once he pulled that thing out. And he says mostly terror. Some women would go into worship mode though.
Yeah.
But they didn't take it inside them. They kept that shit on the outside.
Well, yeah, like I said.
Nobody
wants to feel like they're giving birth for Christ's sake.
Right, yeah. So he had this big fucking he would come equipped with his fucking, what do you call it? Fucking this little fucking jerk off sock. What do you call that thing?
Well, like a pocket pussy.
Like his pocket. Yeah, he'd come equipped with one.
Would he bring in a bowling bag or something?
Yeah. He'd have that shit ready.
Just in case I get lucky.
Here.
Here, this is for you.
So
I brought this.
He said he couldn't have sex. That's how big he was.
Yeah, like I said, over a certain size.
Yeah,
it's just going to become a problem.
This little British white dude, Bilbo Baggins, motherfucker. He's like 15 inches. He's fucking and big, and it's not a lie. He's like on record.
That's crazy.
As having like the biggest in the world.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Can't have sex.
Yeah. That would suck.
Can't get into anything.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's not like.
And then so those porn stars were talking about it because it was a show about size. And one girl says, "Well, I could do that, but it'd be anal only."
Yeah, I could see some like of the extreme kind of anal queens.
Yes, extreme anal acrobat
doing
girls
that kind of
go,
stuff.
Like,
Because you know we've seen some of the girls that do that kind of stuff. That put like big huge dildos up their butts and stuff. So yeah, I could see
anal acrobats.
But yeah, like you said, you try to put that in the regular hole, like it would be just like, nah. I'm kind of getting uncomfortable thinking about it.
Yeah,
actually, I'm just kind of like, oh,
it was
God.
like it was described as like
hurt so bad.
It was described as like 15 inches, and this big around is almost like a thermos.
See, I don't know. I don't even think I can get that in there.
Yeah.
It's
been measured and recorded.
Actually, I know I couldn't get it.
It's been measured and recorded, and it's like that motherfucker would probably be fucking famous in the gay scene, though. Gay dudes would probably.
Yeah, I mean, if he wanted to, he probably.
Because a lot of gay dudes are size kings.
You know,
fucking Toby would be all into that shit. His power bottom ass would be fucking just like, jackpot. You know? That's what fucking Toby would be.
Yeah. He could probably find, but like I said, it's going to be a very niche audience.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to work with what you got. That's kind of, and some people got something that not as a lot of people are going to be as into, which is kind of unfortunate, but there's not much you can do about it. Yeah, Zach says, just look at Ariana Grande. Poor girl. Yeah, that was one of the actresses I was thinking about, actually. Plus, all the actresses are getting work done now, and their faces don't move in movies. Yeah, and they feel like they all go to the same plastic surgeon, too.
The problem with a lot of these women in show business is that they're trying to look young, when that's not what you should be doing as you age. You should be trying to look good. There's a big difference. As a woman ages, you're never going to make her look like a young woman. You can only make her look like a very attractive older woman.
Yeah, the more you try to make yourself look like you're 20, like
the more
you're
freakish, gonna fuck it up.
The more freakish you're
gonna look like a freak. A good version of an attractive older woman you can look at right now, Ciarra. Look at her on Instagram. Ciarra is still fucking hilarious. She's still great playing the guitar. She has a lot of charisma. She's had work done. She doesn't look like a young woman. She looks like an older woman. She looks like a very cute and attractive older woman. And you know, the reason why she looks good is that she's not trying to look young. She's just trying to look like a fun older woman. Another one would be Dolly. Dolly looks pretty good for her age. She's had a lot of work done, but none of her work had to do with fucking looking younger. She was about looking bigger, big boobs, trying to keep her face look decent. But she's never trying to look young. Just trying to look good. That's all. Who else is fucking Demi Moore. For 50-something years old.
She's like 60. 61, 62.
61, 62. Fantastic. That's another one. She's just trying to stay in shape and look good. She's not trying to look young, per se. She's dyed her hair, of course. She's had fucking nips and tucks. But she's not trying to look like she's 19. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. You have to look elegant and athletic. That helps. And fucking voluptuous. That would help. Like, you know, like, Demi went more kind of athletic. Fucking, let's say, fucking Dolly Parton went more voluptuous. There's different directions you can go, and I think a lot of it has to do with your frame and your body style, what you would tend towards. But you can never take a woman in her 50s or 60s or make her look like an 18-year-old. And no, why would you want to? And it's also just another style, too. I mean, if you look at the porn industry, the older they are and the hotter they are, the bigger the followings they have because they're more rare. There's lots of young 19, 20-year-olds.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to look good when you're 19.
Yeah, there's lots of those, and they don't really... there's a lot of competition, so they're not on their own. They're not noticed that much. But a super hot 70-year-old, she gets like fucking... Oh, what's her name? Fucking... Who's hot for 70? Sally D'Angelo. There's like two of those. Maybe one. So she's like cornered the market in Wicked Witch. Look, hot old lady with big old boobs, you know, big old fake boobs. Getting ready to fucking do a BBC gangbang or something. Just this fucking old witch looking lady, you know.
I but like she's fun. With it all this
you can tell she's fun, you know. She's I'm gonna get just skinny and big boobs, you know. long fingernails and shit.
I mean, that's the way you want to do it.
Yeah, because you can't
lean into it.
Yeah.
Lean into the hag.
She's attractive. She's attractive. You know, but like I said, you know, she's not trying to fool people into thinking she's 18. She's fucking, no, I'm the hottest 70-year-old. I'm gonna fucking jump on that shit. I'm gonna punish you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's why it worked, because she just leaned into what she had going.
What an old lady looks like.
Yeah. Victor says Google Chwando Tan.
Mm-hmm.
He went viral 10 years ago because he was 50 and looked 25. Now he's 60 and still looks like mid-30s. And he's verified he has his modeling photos.
Yeah, I know that guy.
From the 80s.
I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's had work done, and he's using biotechnology. He's using.
Yeah, like I said, it's possible.
Yeah.
It's just unusual. Like I said, you can still look good when you're older, but no one's going to mistake you for like a 20-year-old usually. But like I said, there's always going to be
And you're just seeing pictures of him. If you were to see him in person, he's not going to give off the vibe of a fucking 20-something-year-old guy. He's going to be of a mature age, but you're not quite sure. You know, is this guy 30 or is he 50? It's going to be like that if you actually see him. But you know he's not 18. But guys like that are doing what I'm doing. They're doing hormone replacement. They're working out. They're doing some anabolics. They're using biotechnology. Now, when you see steroids and anabolics, people always think of fucking pro-level bodybuilders that's going up on the stage at fucking, you know, Olympia, gigantic dudes. That's not steroids. Steroids do that, but 99% of the dudes that are on steroids, if you looked at them, you'd never know that they were on steroids. Because they're not taking that much of it, and they're just doing it to hold themselves together, you know. And they have a lot of women that are on them. A lot of the top porn stars in the 90s were on them, you know. Fucking Nina Hartley was on steroids. Fucking Holly Body. A lot of the fucking top girls also took Anavar, which is an oral steroid. And they worked out. That's how they got that shape. And then they were fucking getting implants and stuff. It's not natural. Nobody in show business that looks impressive is natural. None of them. They're all on something. Just doesn't work that way.
Well, because if one person does it, then everyone has to.
They all do it. They know the tricks of the trade.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now that one person has an advantage, so now you have.
Yeah, they all do it. And they have trainers and people that know these drugs and give it to them and tell them how to take them.
Yeah, Victor said he does interviews and he looks way younger on video too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should probably look him up. I don't know who it is, so.
Yeah.
But you've seen him.
Well, man, I'm pushing 60. And looking at my stats and looking at statistics, I'll live into my 70s. No problem. I'll probably look pretty good in my 70s. I won't look that much different. That's only really maybe 70 is maybe like 11, 12 years away from now. That I won't change that much. Not with what I have in my system. I'll change a little bit, but not that much. I'll eventually die, but there's a good chance I'll live into my 80s. And usually doing when dudes are doing what I'm doing, there's no convalescence or anything. There's no getting weaker. You're just strong, and then you die. Which that's the way I want to go. I don't want to be an invalid in diapers and fucking. Now, another thing that could happen is I'm good, and all of a sudden I get sick, and it's a sickness you can't recover from.
Yeah, that could happen.
4 years later, you're dead. You know, could be that. But there's no reason to worry about it. I don't know what the future is.
Yeah, and I mean, there's, you know, you can try and prevent some things, but you can't prevent everything, obviously. So it's like you just got to try and mitigate shit as best you can.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family, they died in their mid-70s. But my mother's side of the family, they lived in their late 90s. So I could live a very long time. And I favor more my mother's side of the family. So for all I know, I might live to be 100. And I might look pretty good at 100. Because my grandfather on my mother's side, he still had black hair in his late 90s. He was a little bit overweight, but he'd never lifted a weight his whole life, never did anything physical. Had he actually been a physical kind of guy, he probably looked pretty good at 90. And there was no convalescence for him either. He was just running around normally. And then he got sick and died. in like a 18-month period in his 90s.
Which, can't really ask for much more
Yeah,
than
how
that.
are you going to fucking complain?
Not many
you
people
lived
live
like
that
your,
long.
You lived to like your fucking mid-90s,
Yeah, can't bitch about that.
Right.
That's like a very small percentage lives that long.
So I could live a long time. That's actually longer than I want to live. I mean, that sounds kind of strange to say, but the older you get, kind of your opportunities kind of dry up. You know what I mean? Fucking might be good to get out of here in your mid-70s. You might be kind of sick of it by then anyway. I
mean, it depends on the circumstances. Like I said, if you're still having a good time and still feeling okay.
Depends on what the world's like, what's happening.
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be all the circumstances. But I could see how, like, if shit was going bad, you're like, man, fuck this place, By
the time I'm in my fucking 70s and 80s, though, you might be able to where you can download your consciousness into an internet. Where you're now living like a spirit inside of a computer database.
Which that'd be neat.
And you go like, fucking, all right, well, I'll be a mortal human until I start getting sick, and then I'll just download myself into here, and I won't come back. I'll let the body die, and I'll just live in there.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll live in there another 50 years. That's all bonus time.
Run around in a Mecca or something.
What's that? Well, you're just living in a fucking internet, basically.
Yeah, like I said, they had a Black Mirror episode like that. All right, so are you ready to wrap it up for the evening?
Yeah. What's everybody saying?
I think I read everything.
Cynthia Rothrock. Okay.
Yeah, Cynthia Rothrock.
She's 69. Is she? Cynthia Rothrock.
I didn't see that.
Cynthia Rothrock was a female martial artist, and she was cute. Had nice big legs on her. She was not a great actress, but she was. Well,
a lot of them weren't.
It was kung fu movies.
Yeah, they were martial artists.
But no, I could. I'm gonna look her up. But no, I can imagine that she's probably looking pretty good, because she was like 100% physical focused when she was young. And I was telling Jan, I was saying, fucking some of these women. That's one of the reasons why Ciarra looks so good. She's a beautiful guitarist. Fucking. I grew up, my mom would let me stay up late when I was a little boy to fucking see Ciarra come on and fucking play guitar on the late night talk shows. I had a huge crush on Ciarra when I was a little boy. And she hasn't changed that much, she's still very amusing and really good guitar player. And she works out. Not weight training, but like aerobics and resistance training, like bands and stuff. Now she's also doing hormones, and she's having surgeries done, her face done and everything, but so I could see how somebody like Rothrock, who is fucking very much into like fucking fight training and work and fucking working out, she's probably looking pretty good. I'll check her out.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a long time. I saw some of her movies back in the day, but
just kind of mediocre movies.
Yeah, I don't really. None of them stood out to me.
She was a what do you call a novelty. Because there were so many male martial artists.
Yeah. And she was like the big female one.
Yeah, and she was like a good-looking female who kind of had a decent build on her, and she looked like maybe she could kick your ass. She had big fucking legs. And she was kind of like a Chun-Li from fucking Street Fighter, And she was blonde, good-looking. So, but she wasn't so pretty where you wouldn't take her seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the girl's too pretty. You're like, man, that's fake. But she was just a good looking.
It's like she didn't look like she could kick my ass. Her false eyelashes would fall.
Yeah, her false eyelashes would kick my ass. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to?
Yeah.
Because you seemed like you were tired even before we started the show.
I'm going to get something to eat.
I don't really want anything.
I'm going to go down there and make a sandwich, I think.
Yeah, you can just go.
You don't have to eat if you don't want to.
No, I don't really want to. Right. I feel like I probably shouldn't.
Either that or go down there and make a damn... I got some whey from making cheese. I can make a whey protein.
I mean, it's up to you. You can have anything you want. Cause I don't really want anything. I'm just gonna like sponge off and put some jammies on, take some aspirin, and lay in the bed for a little while.
All right.
Watch some shit on TV, maybe some Brandon or. I actually wanted to watch the new one of those new People Investigates things like true crime, but. Our HBO Max has not really been working all night.
It's only 10 o'clock. We can watch something when you get.
Yeah, it's not late.
It's not that late.
It's not that late. And like I said, it's Friday night. It's like, I'm gonna be woke up at 6 o'clock because Bambi's gonna want me to feed her, but at least I can go back to sleep.
She doesn't know what weekend is.
Yeah.
She doesn't know.
Because during the weekday, she wakes me up at 6 a.m. and I'm like, well, I got to work anyway, so I might as well just get up. You know what I mean? But on the weekend, I'll get up and I'll feed them, and then I'm like, fuck y'all, I'm going back to sleep for a few hours. You know what I mean? Because I never get to. All right, so we are going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. And thank you for all your super chats. You guys were really nice tonight. We're going to go out tomorrow night, going to Memento Mori. And then on Monday, we'll be back for another movie review. I'm going to try and do the Florida Project because Grandpa sent us money for those 2 movies, Florida Project and Spring Breakers. So we'll probably do one of those for the Monday show. So, yeah, have a good rest of your evening, you guys. Have a good weekend, and we will see you guys again on Monday night. Good night.